that's
Okay. Can anybody hear us?
testing. 1, 2, 1, 2.
Hello.
Is
Hello,
anybody
Is there
seeing
hello.
me?
anybody alive out there? Can anyone hear me?
Oh my.
That was my best impression from Titanic.
From what? That's
Titanic.
Titanic. Really?
Bear in mind, we're
Yeah,
sitting on a
yeah,
nice
yeah.
boat right now, Clara. You mentioning Titanic is not a good idea, right?
Now we can't hear you. Yes, perfect. Shut up,
even,
Clowny.
even, even better.
Yeah.
Who said that?
Yeah. Who wants to hear us?
No,
Is
they
that
want it on mute, so
rhetorical?
they want to listen to something else more interesting. Yeah,
Yeah.
where are?
All right, so welcome to the Great Barrier Reef. That we're back we're back on the new sim.
We're
So
back on. Yeah. We've got islands. We've got Australian stuff. We've got the coral's growing underneath the boat yet, so that's not quite there yet. But we're working on that. But yeah, there's loads of stuff going on here. We've got houses and stuff. We've just been given the keys by Chris, literally in the last 24 hours. So we haven't had a chance to call the removal from them and get the stuff in there yet. But we're in here, and we've got boats. We've got a nice little view. We've got sun shining.
We do have
It's all right.
kangaroos, Urbana.
It's all rather lovely, really.
okay, the camera is moving crazy. Sorry, people.
Ooh,
Okay, so this is the new sim. This is with Sunday, which was one of my original sims. So Launceston is offline and with Sundays is back up, and I've hired Caden Trey, Caden Trey, if you know him.
Well, let's might as well big it up a little bit, Chris,
Yeah,
so people get
let's
interested
me.
in this thing. I mean, let's talk about the journey. Let's talk about how we've got to where we are with this thing, because you've had quite an experience with all of this. I mean, even if we exclude sort of Aussie shores and the islands and the reef and everything else that you were doing before, just the way this has been put together has been quite something. I mean, it's not just an island that some guys just sort of basically thrown a load of stuff on. The stuff he's thrown on is accurate. He's based this on an awful lot of images and conversations and information that you've passed to him relating to what's the word, fauna and flora of Australia, right down to the tarantulas. I shudder to admit. In the island, yes, everybody. She's going to put a tarantula in my house. Thank you
It's
for that,
not
Chris.
tarantulas. We
So
don't have tarantulas. It's huntsmen. Okay, they're called huntsmen,
yeah.
not tarantulas.
Well, if you want to,
Clowny, tell
well, if
them.
you want to give it, if you want to give it a name, then okay, fine. To me, it's a bloody great spider. That's all I'm concerned about. It's a lot bigger than the stuff we get over here in London area, anyway. Let's put it that way. But yeah, it all looks rather lovely, really. They've done a pretty good job in terms of what it looks like and stuff. We've got a couple of people. Who's that out there? We've got a couple of people out in the jetty here. I think want to come over.
Oh, I forgot to add the.
Dot and Zelly, but they can't. Yeah.
Oh,
Don't know what they're
blue.
doing.
Yeah, blue. What is it? Blue water. Oh, yeah, this is what I should add, the jellyfish. I need to find some. Okay, so that's the bait shop. Oh,
Sorry, Chris, are we in a
actually,
conversation or
the
what?
sides
I'll keep quiet if you don't want me to say anything.
Oh, no. Go on. Go
Okay,
on.
yeah.
I'm just
So-
filming at the same time.
Oh, I see. Okay, right. So yes, we've got an island full of utes and a couple of other interesting vehicles and stuff as well. She's got bait shop. We've got coffee on there. We've got a few interesting signs which we've still to put out there, just so that people know what they're looking at. Like there's a really big rock there. There's some whacking great spiders at this point. There's a really really big rock somewhere else. Yeah, there's there's a sign saying drop bears, but as a British guy, I haven't found a drop bear yet, but I'm sure we can find one. So they'll be out there too. Yeah, you have to bear with us, folks, because we're still furnishing this place stuff. So we haven't quite moved in ourselves yet, but this thing has literally gone live within the last 24 hours. So we talked about fauna flora. We've got the obligatory kangaroo or wallaby, or whatever you want to call it.
Did you remove the spider?
I haven't touched the spider.
What?
You don't think I want to go near that thing, do you?
I can't see it. It's not there.
Chris, do you
Isn't
see
it?
my IM?
Huh?
Do you see my IM?
Oh, I've moved it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, well, I don't know. There was a big spider there and
Yeah, it's gone.
it's gone.
What happened?
Don't look at
Andy.
me. Don't look
What?
at me.
I'm
I've touched
looking
it.
at you.
Directly at
I'm
you.
definitely looking at you because it's gone.
Isn't it tip? I can't res anything in this place yet, Pris, because I haven't got the M40 to do it. So there's no way I can delete stuff.
Okay, your car is
Although
not
I've got
phrasing. I wanted
I've
to
got
show.
I've got the cars. Yeah.
Yeah, I wanted to show you Andy's mini cars, electric car, which is so adorable, but it's not racing.
It's the other side. It's the other side. It's the other side of my house. It's out in the back. So
Yeah,
yeah.
I know, but it's not racing. I can only see the wheels.
Oh yeah. Oh yes. So can I? It's definitely there. Whoops.
It's a little bubble. It's so funny. No, it is open for the public. You can come now. I just didn't. The landmark is in my profile.
Yeah, but you've put us on the boat out in the bay here, rather than actually on the island. So this is why I was saying it might be an idea to put it on the island. Yeah, it's
So the way it is designed, you can actually take a boat and go all around the island. There's lots of spots for people to walk around. I haven't added all the seats yet, so you can't really, you will have to bring your own chair, basically. Or sit in the grass.
standing at Scotland earlier doing out on the jetty there right now.
So you can walk
can't hear
around.
us
There
'cause-
is a bicycle racer.
I saw there's a dolphin. This thing I can swim with dolphins at one point.
You can swim with the dolphins, yep. But just beware because there might be
You
a
cannot put the
couple of sharks.
I was going to say, if you put the shark in there somewhere.
But there's plenty of place you can walk and hide and relax, and I'll be adding chatterboxes and.
Speaking as a guy that actually put part of the reef in the original Aussie shores and sort of dovetail that whole thing, you had that shark in there. It was such a pain in the backside because every time I was trying to cam in to sort of figure out the rocky shore and everything else on this thing, I had my avatar sitting out there, and the shark was going absolutely berserk trying to rip it apart. And you couldn't move. Every time I tried to zoom at something, the shark would come in for another attack and just knock me sideways. It was quite incredible. But yeah, so I'll be interested to see if you can put that back in here. The rest of it, it's a lovely looking place actually. Ambient lighting, everything works
So
well.
I'll
Clear blue sky. I don't think it's like the weather really is in Australia, of course. I mean, we're sitting here, in England, and it's been lovely weather. We were on our fourth heat wave this year in 2025. So I know that Australia isn't really like this weather-wise. But, anyway, so yes. But apart from that, it's great. I think they've done a pretty good job. But we've just got to go around and just find a few of the snags and stuff like you always get when you build stuff, which we're finding out at the moment. But once we've done that, everyone can come on over and have a look round and take lots and lots of pictures and enjoy the fun. We'll probably be doing loads of podcasts and stuff from here. depending on which location Pris finds and if there's a spider there. Yeah, it's great. Pris, do you want to tell everybody about how you've come to design this thing and how it's all come together?
Yeah, this is my house, by the way. My favorite part. Obviously.
Yeah.
What do you mean? How it came?
Well, how why these why the plants that you've picked have been picked, and
Well,
the layout of the whole
gave
thing.
him pictures. I went, because I go on the beach. I go for a walk every day at sunrise, and I took pictures. Is that a graveyard to hide the bodies?
I don't think there's a graveyard here. Is there a graveyard here, Chris?
Yeah, it's under your house.
R.I.P. to all the hate. Oh my gosh! Oh no! Honey, we have a burial ground under our house.
Isn't
We're
that
gonna be
just typical?
cursed.
Isn't that just typical? Pris said to. I will say this because I wasn't going to, but I will say it. What the hell? We're live now, so she can't stop me. Pris said, "Would you like to go and pick a house to put in this new place? So we, if you're moving in." So I said, "Yeah, sure, that'd be lovely." So I went out there and I thought, you know what? I don't want to impose. I'd like her to give a bit of space and people go around, have a bit of fun, and enjoy the views and everything else. So I picked a relatively small, circumspect house. And then I look at some of the other mansions that have turned up now on this place. I'm kind of thinking I'm like the poor relation.
Honey,
So
I
I've been
picked the
joking.
house.
I've been joking with Pris for the last.
I picked
How long have
that
we been
house and
joking
you
about
said it
this?
was too large.
I've been joking with Pris for the last few days that I seem to have selected we seem to have selected a shed for the house as compared to everything else. And the Pris is showing you all these pictures of yoga mats and her sprawling estate, and there's an even bigger house the other side of the island as well, which is quite amazing.
Yeah.
But yes, we might not let people into our house. It has got a radio station of mine plugging into one of the houses.
Right now, people
into our house.
Yeah.
But right now, yeah, the place will be open to everyone to come on in there, take lots of pictures, get in the Australian life. We will be having sort of pseudo virtual barbecues here on the beaches and stuff. We've got a bit of a yacht club down one end there. We've got a bait shop down the end there. We've got some beaches in here as well. There will be the occasional DJ turn up to do a set or two down here. That will go out live, not just live in Second Life. That'll also go out live across the airwaves by virtue of a radio station attached to that. So that will be out there too. There'll be a whole load of stuff going on. So yeah, everyone more than welcome, I guess the phrase is, or at least I think that's what Pris would want to say.
Yeah.
Come on, Pris. This is your place. You were almost in tears when you saw it come up, and you said, "I can't believe this. I can't stop looking at it." You said to me. I said,
I know because I'm very proud. Like I'm so happy how it turned out. Like, yeah, I was speechless. I mean, it took time. Like, getting up in the morning and seeing what they've done, and it was just like, oh my gosh. Especially the first part was my house. So they built my house first, and I was just like, I don't care about the rest. My house is fine. It was just like, as long as my house is fantastic. But yeah, I'm very proud of what he's done on the references that I gave them, basically.
Yeah. It's accurate. It's accurate.
Yeah.
Gentleman, he's done other Sims and regions in the past, and they've been very well respected and received a lot of good reactions from people. And unlike some Second Life regions, I'm not going to name any names or anything like that because I'll probably become a social pariah for everybody. Some of them have a certain amount of artistic license in there. But in this, some of them, he's got a great one out there in Tuscany right now. There's a couple of other ones out there
Oh
too.
yeah, yeah.
The
He's
Tuscany
done
one,
Costa de Luci.
Yeah.
De Lucci.
That's a wonderful one. That was recently featured in Second Life Destinations, and I know that this one probably will end up in Destinations too, if anyone gets to hear about it. But yes, he's it's done something that's actually believable and
Yeah.
accurate, and it's authentic. I think that's the word I'm looking for. When you've given him the photographs that you have, literally when you walk out of your front door and take that jaunt down to the beach, and you talk about the different plants. I mean, eucalyptus trees. There's a bunch of those. I can recognise even as a Brit. But just the other trees out here, the other plants, the bushes. I said the fauna and flora. It pretty much is. All the things that you see, and you've given him all these references, and he has put them all in, which is great. Yeah.
No.
So it's quite.
No, Clowny. Absolutely not. In your house, yes. In the residential, not outside. Outside, everything is PJ.
Well, Clowny, we can see what you're saying, but that's for us to know and you to wonder, right?
I mean, in my house,
Because you're not going to be coming into our houses unless you're invited. If you're invited, then you'll have to find out. But yeah.
You can borrow Andy's couch, okay? When he's not there.
Yeah.
He'll make you
But I mean,
a spot.
Ravenna, Dee Dee, Clowny, why don't you come on over?
Ravenna
we're
is here. Ravenna is here. She's watching over.
Is she?
Yeah, she's there. I can see her.
Why don't you come over the boat? Why don't you come over the boat then?
Well, she's probably
Come
looking
on.
around.
Oh, okay.
I'm putting you on my ban list, Cloudy. But yeah, no, he's done very well. Especially, it's very hard to find wildlife and the flora of Second Life. That there's quite a few things that are Australians, but they're like made in 2006. There's nothing that has been made recently. Oh, and use your sound as well. The ambient sound is Australian.
It is. There was a distinct sound of kookaburras and stuff when I rezzed here earlier. We can hear the waves are breaking on the shore and stuff. I mean, you will get anywhere. But yes, the bird, the wildlife, the bird life, it's Australian. That's all I can say.
Yeah. That's the issue with Second Life. It's like everything is the same. So to try to recreate something that is unique is a bit tough.
Yeah. It's not like, I mean, I've seen, as a Londoner, I've seen, or a guy living in the London area anyway, I've seen places that have tried to recreate London, and they kind of put reflection in there, but what they end up looking at is a bit like a fairground sideshow rather than something that actually is believable as if you're actually in London. And that's the same, I think, for a lot of places in Second Life. I think the difference here, apart from the fact that we haven't got Sydney Opera House or the Harbour Bridge in the background or something like that, thank God, is actually, it is believable. It is authentic. And I think, that's great.
Yeah.
Andy
Yeah,
likes
I think
things
it's
authentic.
easier to do Italian places, French places.
There's a lot more stuff for it for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, but why? Why just Italy and
I don't know why. I was
and the
looking for
French?
some
I mean, the
British
French,
snacks
yeah, I can
on.
understand.
Yeah, I was looking for some British snacks.
Yeah.
For, it was food. On SL Marketplace, the other day, and there's basically none that I could find.
Yeah.
Actually, I wanted sticky toffee pudding, and it
Okay.
basically doesn't exist.
We can talk about that in a bit, Clara. All right. But yeah, there's
No.
there's
I'm talking about SL.
yeah, but I'm saying there were things that have happened in the real life situation that since we last had the podcast, that we alluded to, but we said it was going to happen, and things have happened obviously since we've been talking to everybody. So
You're
that's out
making
there.
it sound like we had a baby. Oh my gosh.
Hey? Hey?
We haven't, by the way.
Actually, I haven't.
You're only here for a week. It wasn't, or it's not 10 days. It wasn't 9 months, you know.
Honey, actually, I have some news. No, just kidding.
Don't go there. Yeah. So anyway. Oh, there. That was a. Oh, there's a boat running aground. Oh no, that hasn't.
Wait, no, there's no baby. No. I think I've just confused everyone. No,
there is no baby.
Andy is alluding to the fact that I went to London for a week to see him, and I've never been outside of the USA. It was a fun trip, and it was a big deal, but it's not a baby.
So the regulars on the stream will know that yes. I mean, about it must be nearly 2 years ago now. I flew over to Texas and met Clara for the first time. Real life. Spent about 10 days out there with her. She took me around, showed me all the Longhorns and everything out in Texas, and I saw where various people got shot. Saw the Texas Speedway, devoid of cars at the time. Did the whole cowboy thing. It was great, and we got on really well as well. And so much so that about 6 months later, I then went back. And got to see a bunch of guys and saw NASCAR around the speedway and upset cowboy, all the obligatory things you do when you go out to that part of the world. Anyway, so there's then been the question of saying what do we do from here? And Clara had never been outside the USA, hadn't got a passport. So while I was over there last time, we sorted out the passport. That was quite entertaining, wasn't it? Got your passport application done, everything. The whole passport got done. Real life got in the way a little bit. I actually lost it for a little while, so I couldn't do much at the time. But anyway, that sort of put things a little bit, delayed things a little bit for us. But apart from that, got another job come back. And Clara got on a plane to come and see me at the beginning of August. First time she's been outside the USA. First time she's been to anywhere different from the USA. Clara, I think, quite likes history, has seen a lot of England, as a lot of people do, in terms of things like Harry Potter and maybe the King and Queen and Buckingham Palace and Big Ben and all the other junk that a Londoner looks at. Oh, God, it's enough. Anyway, so all that stuff. And basically, I picked her up at the airport. She spent a week with me, just over a week with me, and I got a chance to take her around. So she's seen places like Stonehenge. She's seen a lot of the tourist places in London. I think she's now realised just how big London really is and how much there actually is in there. I did warn you, didn't I? I said that there's a lot of stuff here. There's a lot of stuff here, and it's not just a question of, okay, here I am in Dallas, what shall I do today? Okay, I'll look at a rodeo. Okay, I'll look at where they shot JFK. Okay, I'll look at where they shot JR. Okay, I'll look at where they... Actually, no, there's too many shootings going on in part of the world. Anyways, we don't have shootings in part of the world, we do other stuff. But yeah, we've got... Well, I took you into the Tower of London. I took you where they basically beheaded 43 different. Was it 43? 43 different people considered to be traitors of the British government at the time. I showed you where we executed our own king. I took you around the city of London. You saw where the Great Fire happened and all of that. Mm-hmm. And we did get to some Westminster Abbey. That was. Went on a cruise down the River Thames, didn't we, one day? That was quite fun. Went on a cable car across the River Thames. For those of you, yes, we have got cable cars in London to get across the river. Saw a lot of the skyscrapers, and we have got skyscrapers. Well, they are kind of skyscrapers. They're about 80 floors high. It's the top ones.
The Shard?
Yeah, that's one of them. Big Ben you got to hear, didn't you? We did a lot of walking. I think probably more walking than you expected. Went for a walk through Leicester Square and Soho and or outskirts of Soho, Piccadilly Circus, back down Park and all of that. You saw the guardsmen's out there as well. We went into the Tower of London one day.
I really liked the Tower of London, although it was hard with all the stairs.
Yeah. It's a medieval palace, and unfortunately, William the Conqueror, William the First, or Rufus and the other guys at that time of the year, well, that time of the world history, didn't have elevators high list on the list of priorities, so everything was done with steps. But that's probably the first real castle you've been in, I think, because obviously of the USA, and so you're dealing with 1,000-year-old car. Hey, yes, here's another thing. In the USA, you might see some stuff that's like about 100 to 200 years old, maybe. Maybe if you're really lucky, you might see something that's slightly older. And I just walk in, I say, okay, here's the Tower of London. They built this in 1068. And she's like, what? Okay. With 1,000.
Yeah, I was like,
right
wow.
there. Oh, and that wall over there, that's Roman. That's for 400 AD. So, yeah, okay. In fact, probably a little bit earlier than that, because the Romans left at 400 AD. So, the Roman wall part of the original wall for London on that. So I said, okay, so now we're going back nearly 2,000 years, as far as that's concerned. And then the following day, I put her in the car. We went down to Stonehenge. Okay, let's go back to 6,000 years ago and have a look at what they were doing then, and took her through all of that. I think, for someone that's only really sort of looking at a few old Victorian buildings and think, or Victorian aged buildings.
There's a Victorian house here in Fort Worth where, in a former lifetime, I almost got married at that house. It's gorgeous. But it was built in like 1875. It doesn't hold a candle to how old like things in London are.
Well, London, the average building is probably built in about 1850 or earlier. So unless you get towards the suburbs and stuff. So there's a lot there. I did warn you. we actually went to the British Museum one day as well, which is part of the British Museum.
Yeah.
So you got to see the Elgin marbles and all the stuff that we've nicked from other countries.
Yes.
Sorry, well, we hadn't nicked it. Actually, they gave it to us, but now they tell us that we steal it. And you've got to see some of that stuff.
I don't know. You hear it from a Brit, and you Brits say, well, they gave it to us. They didn't care back then. You hear it from other people around the world, and it was like the Brits stole it.
Well, they only say that when they want it back. That's the thing. It was a question. They went to Lord Elgin. They said, we're trying to do a bit of a ground clearance here. We've got all this old rubble. We've just got to junk it. We'll take it down. We use it in building foundations and stuff. And he looked at it and said, hang on a minute. This is half decent stuff. Can I take it if you don't want it? And they said, yeah, take it. So we had the whole lot shipped over. And this is what the so-called Elgin marbles. And they went, this is the UK from that point of view. Here we are 200 years later. And the Greek government are saying, oh my God, these are brilliant. Why the hell did we give them to the Brits? We want them back. And we have a major diplomatic incident going on right now because they want them back. And we say, well, hang on a minute. You threw them away to start with. So there's a lot of cases like that. But yes, there are some more examples where Britain does get a bit more colonial. I think Clara was quite taken aback by how international. I did warn you. I said, there are cities, and you can go to cities around the world, and you can see the city for that part of the world, and it's great. But there are very few actual world cities in the world. And you go to London, the world goes to London. London isn't just a city in the world. If you get me? It's, yeah. And you saw some of the Indian parts, and you saw there's lots of it. The West Indies, Caribbean side of it. We didn't go through Hatton Garden, so the Jewish element wasn't there. We went up to Camden one day, saw Amy Winehouse. I've got a lovely picture of Clara standing alongside Amy Winehouse's statue. She's actually, because it's a life-size statue, she's actually slightly shorter than Clara is, and that's saying something.
I think Cleopatra was about my size too. The mummy.
Yes, we saw the
mummy. Yeah, tiny.
Tiny girl. I never realized.
Saw Cleopatra's mummy in the British Museum. So yes, we worked that one out, and yes, Clara was taller than Cleopatra. We've seen that too. What else did we see? Lots of stuff. Well, you tell them, Clara. I don't have to go with it.
Oh, we went to a lavender field too, and there were bees.
Yes. Funny enough, I just shared before we just started. I just shared you a picture of that sunflower field alongside
Oh yeah. Now they planted sunflowers there for the new season.
Oh,
Yeah.
Clowny is asking if you tried the spotted dick.
So,
Well,
no.
I'm not going to say the Okay, so I took her to a pub one night, which is kind of like my local. We had a bit to eat in there, and well, she didn't have a spotted dick because it wasn't on the menu. Funny enough, I couldn't find a place that's got spotted dick on the menu right now. It's the wrong time of year, really, because it's something you have really as a winter thing, and it's not.
Oh,
It's not
then I need to
right.
go back in the winter, obviously.
Yeah, but they did have. They did have.
Obviously.
They did have.
Have
They
some
did have
spotted dick.
sticky. They did have sticky toffee pudding on the menu. And the look on Clara's face when she took a mouthful of that was quite amazing.
It was not a face for the public.
Yeah, yeah. You ever seen that movie when Harry met Sally and the woman says one woman goes into
Wasn't that
something and the other
bad?
woman said yeah, and the line comes out, I'll have what she's having. Well, if you can imagine that with sticky toffee pudding, you wouldn't be far wrong.
It wasn't that bad. Anyways, the whole point of that scene was that she was faking it to show him that, like, women can fake it well and fool men. Which I wasn't faking it. We're still talking about pudding, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. You have a habit of, you know. But anyway.
Girl Scout
went
bites? I do like the
we
Girl
went-
Scout Thin Mint cookies. Love those.
What else did we do? We went to Nando's one day, so that's my guilty pleasure. Didn't we? We went to a couple of places, had a Thai meal one day, I think.
Something.
Oh yes, we went to
Japanese curry.
Nebworth. Went to Nebworth just down the road here
Yes,
as well.
we did.
Yes, that was fun. Yeah, Nebworth. For those of you that don't know Nebworth, it's a small house. It's actually owned by the family of the guy that basically founded British Columbia and Queensland in Australia. So there is a tenuous connection between me and Australia.
Not small.
Yes, it's it's half the size it used to be, but it's a stately home up there. It's found its way into lots and lots of movies, and had lots and lots of rock concerts. Some of the biggest rock concerts that have ever taken place in this country have taken place there. Queen, Pink Floyd, Oasis, Beach Boys, The Who, Metallica, to name a few. The film it's been in, if you guys can remember the original Batman movie, the Tim Burton one, with Michael Keaton, Nebworth was Wayne Manor. Now, I'm not saying there's a bat cave underneath there, but yeah, we were in Wayne Manor.
You're not saying there is a bat cave, but you're also not saying there's not a bat cave.
We've got pictures of Clara standing alongside the table that basically Michael Keaton was being served at by his butler, and stuff on there. And in fact, also Kim Basinger was in there in the second movie as well, so they used it for that one as well. So yeah. Yeah, Nando's is awesome. Sorry, it is my guilty pleasure, Clowny.
I love Nando's. We've got a Nando's here, but I've never been actually here. I've only been
peri sauce is Andy's favorite.
In London.
I mean, it's technically fast food, right? But it sort of isn't, and it's more like a restaurant type of inflex on it. What is it basically? It's basically Portuguese. It's South African food. South African barbecue or chargrilled chicken, and they put it on the coals down in the restaurant there, and it's basically the spicy chicken with peri, lots of peri sauces and stuff all over it, and it's really there's just something they put in those sauces which just makes it incredibly addictive and very very yummy, and then they start throwing in things like bottomless drinks and alcohol and all that stuff with it as well. Well, you won't get bottles of wine and stuff in McDonald's, will you? So, but you get it in Nando's.
I think in Germany you can have beer at McDonald's.
I love it. Well, yeah, that's Germany, but we're talking England. So yeah, it's actually I've been to McDonald's and I didn't see any beer on the menu. I've been to McDonald's in lots of countries. Yeah, French one was.
Well, anyway. I've never been. I just heard that. So.
Yeah. Yeah, what's the Nando's like in Australia, Clowny?
I'm going to have to.
There's a delay.
I'm going to have to try it next time.
I think you are.
Yeah.
There's a delay on the video. It's about a minute, maybe
Oh,
a little
okay.
more or less.
Okay.
So yeah,
It's-
Clowny.
Yeah, but have you been to one in England though? Clowny.
Me?
No, Clowny. To compare it.
There are a lot of them in England.
We won't know for another 60 seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
No, because when I was in London, I was dating a guy, and it was his favorite place. So we used to eat there at least 3 to 4 times a week in Nando's.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow. Okay.
That's a lot.
That will. You put some
That's
weight
how
on
much
if
we
you
should
do
be
that.
going to Starbucks, baby.
No. Actually, we went to Starbucks. They were fascinated by you in there, weren't they? Because you went into Starbucks and basically did the American thing when you were ordering, and the guys looked at you and said, "What? Where's she come from?" 'Cause there's a certain what's the words? There's a certain amount of customization and have it your way when you go to the States on just about everything that you order.
Yeah, you can customize
And
everything.
some people, I hesitate to say this, I'll probably get shot down by everybody on the street, or anybody on the street that's in the USA. But it seems to me that because they have the ability to customize something, they deliberately customize it more than they would otherwise do. And in a sense, there's almost a certain amount of what's the word? Not snobbishness, but you know what I mean. There's a certain amount of I
You have
did
the
exactly
ability
what I
to
wanted.
learn how, down to the minutest detail, how specifically you like it.
Yeah.
If there wasn't a choice everywhere, you probably wouldn't like figure that out and then want it every time.
I mean, we had this when Starbucks first came to the UK. I mean, we walked in, we said, "Could I have a cup of coffee, please?" And they sort of look at you and they say, "What do you mean by coffee?" "Well, we just want coffee." And they said, "Well, okay, I've got this one," and they got that latte Americano. "Yeah, okay, but can I have a coffee?" I said, "What do you want? A scream? Or do you want it in grande venti?" I said, "No, can I just have a coffee in a mug? That'll do." Because that's the way we used to ordering
Yeah,
stuff
but they
in
don't
the
know
UK.
what to give you then,
Yeah,
and they don't want you to
I
be
got shut
happy.
down in Noosa. We went to a restaurant one time, and I said, "Oh, I want a vanilla latte," and the guy looked at me and said, "We don't do syrup."
Yeah,
I said,
yeah.
"Oh, okay."
Clara,
Fine.
Clara had that experience. Clara had that experience in the city area. There's a lot of coffee shops called Cafe
And
Nero,
Camden Market.
and they use real coffee in there. They don't use syrups at all. And Clara goes in there. "Can I have this? Is it with this milk,
No,
lactose-free
no,
milk and
I
all this
very
stuff?" And the guy was Italian. Looked at her and he's almost spat at her. It was quite amazing.
no, that's not how it happened.
They would,
So the cashier was a woman, and
Yeah.
she sounded like a Londoner. And I think she knew after 2 syllables of me talking exactly where I was from.
Yeah.
And
I think
well,
everybody.
no, but I also knew, like, I didn't quite know what I wanted. The menu wasn't really clear to me. I knew that there was no way I was gonna be able to order without asking. So I did. And she helped me and she told me what my order was called. And then by the time she told her Italian coworker what I ordered, his eyes rolled so hard.
What did you order?
Yeah.
I think we found out it was a vanilla macchiato, or it was a soy macchiato. That's what it was. But yeah, the Italian guy had probably heard me trying to figure it out, and yeah, I saw his eyes roll so hard.
Definitely.
Can you
He
see the
almost rolled all
sharks
the way back to-
behind us?
Yes.
I hope people notices the shark. Don't swim around the yacht. Telling you right now.
Yeah. Thanks for that, Chris. That's good to know. I see you've got my my best interests at heart here, and looking after my my nice, expensive, shiny yacht that's moored out in the bay here. Even if it has got a Second Life badge on it, and it's popular. It seems to have been infested with inflatable kangaroos, but that's another story. Those of you that want to go back on the shorts thing, have a look at what happened when I took the boat from its former location in Launceston and took it so we could res it here because the inflatable kangaroos went absolutely berserk.
Oh yeah, that little short I did about the kangaroos. Yeah, that was
Yeah.
funny.
We actually had an alien band of little green aliens, basically a whole band, a couple on
Yeah.
guitar, a couple on drums and stuff, and they're sitting there playing as these kangaroos are going absolutely nuts. And
But it was a
everybody,
fluke.
It was
you've got
fabulous.
it was superb. What's the word? It was just
Whoops,
yeah.
we got a shark in midair. Oh,
couldn't
he's back
stop-
down.
Yeah.
couldn't couldn't stop laughing at it. So yeah. Yeah. Anyway, so we've moved them over here now, and the inflatables have found their merry way over. God knows what happens if I decide to take this boat on a cruise somewhere. But anyway, it's moored out here in the bay. We've got a couple of other little speed boats to get around the rest of the sim as well.
Oops.
We've got
Oops.
oh, there goes one.
Oops.
We've got we've got the obligatory utes. We're all starting to get used to driving utes around because that's what they do.
I just
here in
learned what a
Australia.
ute was.
Oh yeah. She
well-
didn't know. She didn't know what a ute was, Clowny.
That's not a word we use in America. We just call it a truck.
lives in- she lives in-
Ute and chooks. Remember, I said chooks as well.
Oh yeah, and we say
Oops,
chickens.
Oh look, we have a jellyfish.
It's actually a person. Yeah. So yeah.
What?
Look.
Yeah, it'll appear on the stream in a minute. Zia Ravencross, welcome.
Ravina.
Yeah. Oh.
Wow.
Oh,
That's
you look
beautiful.
There
Wow.
she is.
Pickup truck.
That's quite amazing.
Look at this. Okay,
Honey,
hold on,
I
I'm
want to be a
trying to-
jellyfish. Can I be a jellyfish?
You can be a jellyfish. You can do as much jellyfishing as you like. But yeah.
Yay.
Yes,
Wow,
pickup
that's
trucks.
beautiful.
So Clara is from Texas, and Texas has got a big truck culture going on out there. So it's
Every
kind
fourth
of
car is a big black truck, I swear.
yeah, they are all big, and they like them large in that part of the world as well.
Yep.
So yeah, and they look at the Brits and people like me, and they say, "Well, do you want a bigger car?" And I was saying, like, I'm very happy with the car you've given me on the rental side of it. And they say, "Well, it's not very big," and I'm saying, "It's big enough
Oh,
for
yeah.
me." Because the trucks they're driving around that part of the world, literally the size of, delivery lorries, not vans, delivery lorries in the UK. And the reason is that the roads are much small. They are narrower and smaller. They have bends in
Everyone
them.
wants space in their cars here. They want it for their legs, they want it for their friends, they want it for their stuff, their
Yeah.
food, anything. Everyone likes a spacious car here.
Yeah, yeah. So there's a lot of differences. I mean, certainly in terms of the car traffic as well. The number of times that Clara tried to get into the driver's side of the car was quite funny.
Twice
we did enjoy,
was the
We did
number.
enjoy that. We did enjoy that. It was more than twice.
I was pretty good about it. Oh, was it really?
It was more than twice.
I
It was
was
about
better
five.
about it.
It was about 5 or 6 times actually.
No
It was.
way.
It was. It was. No, it
Oh,
was.
no.
It was. The number of times we walk up to the car and you automatically go to the driver's side. I'm saying, "Oh yeah, do you want the keys in?" You know.
I did the same, Clara. So yeah, it's normal.
That's quite fun.
It's too easy to do.
Yeah. I even drove on the other side of the road because when I went to the USA.
Oh no,
'Cause
that's how
I
Matthew
learned to
Broderick.
drive in Australia.
Never mind.
So when I went to the USA was the first time I drove on the other side. And yeah, a lot of the time I was always veering. And Joe was just like, Praise, you're in the wrong side of the road. Oops. And the roundabout, I took them the wrong way as well. Yeah.
Our roundabouts compared to England, we got like little baby roundabouts over here. But only like 50% of people know how to handle them. So you have to be like extra careful at a roundabout.
Okay, so when you come over next time, I'll take you what we call the magic roundabout.
No, I
Uh,
don't want to go there. Isn't
right,
that
so the
like a
magic.
giant superhighway?
No. It's
No?
it's a giant magic. It's a roundabout with 5 other roundabouts around it.
Yeah, it's
So,
like superhighway.
so if you think about it logically, you can go to this roundabout. And you can basically drive. You tend to drive around them clockwise. I mean, you don't do it in other parts of the world because obviously they drive different sides of the road. But on the roundabouts here, we drive clockwise. So you can basically
it?
drive round all of them
Denise?
clockwise, or you can
Can
go
you hear us?
anti-clockwise. And there's all sorts of different ways through this maze of roundabouts because they're all on top
Honey,
of one
one
another.
sec. Someone can't hear us.
Is
Denise, can you hear us?
Because the sound is. I haven't touched anything. I swear.
Did you open another window?
No, everybody can hear. It's Denise. Just unmute us. She's muted us, and just she thinks that everybody can't hear. Okay, go on.
Yes,
Go ahead.
oh,
Andy.
there you are. Denise put me on mute. She's got sick of the sound of my voice already. Well, I get
Yeah.
that.
I don't think I could.
Chris only puts me on his podcast because it's I sort of keep the sound, I keep the conversation going. That's basically what she wants me for.
No, you're a smart man, and we like your insight.
I don't know about my smart man.
Yeah.
I just. Well,
Is there any
It's-
topic
it's all-
is there any topic specific someone wants us to debate to discuss? What's the news on Linden Lab's side?
We will find out in 1 minute what everyone would like to hear.
maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, we're sitting here now we're sitting here with an Australian themed place. I mean, okay, there's a lot of Aussies on the stream, and that's great. Hi everybody. But yeah, looking at the rest of the thing, I mean, we've got a lot of potential. This Sacred Isle in terms of what we want to do with it. I've already mentioned we've got some plans in terms of events, in terms of things and activities you can do when you're here. You want to take a lot of shots, drop them in Flickr. Right, we could do that stuff. There might be a little competition out there with a few prizes to people if you want to get involved with that too. So there's all sorts of little things that we can be doing on these things, but we're always open to suggestions. So if you'd like to see, other than perhaps a 15-story high multi-story car park or something, like a fairground in there. And I think
A lighthouse. Denise, back me up.
Hang on. I was about to come to that. So in terms of without trying to make it into a fairground sideshow, something that would be nice, but some things that could be kind of fun for everybody. Yes, the one thing that is missing from this place is a light. Chris, you've let me down.
I wanted to put a lighthouse. You told me no.
Don't you
I
blame
do remember
me.
that.
I am blaming you. We do have a lighthouse right here. It's called Point Cartwright. Okay, we do have a lighthouse. So
You told me that you'd taken lots of pictures and you put it through to Caden and he put the whole thing together and everything. And here we are.
What do you mean, no lighthouse, Clowny? Are you whose side are you on? The Brit or the Aussie?
Well, I tell you what, let's just resolve this in one quick hit. Okay, why don't you just pan round and you're facing the island, pan out and let everybody try to spot the lighthouse.
Fine. I used to have there was a lighthouse on one of the Sims at some point before you moved in.
I think there was actually, but yeah, we haven't got. I don't think we've got a lighthouse here.
The Pommy, seriously, Clowny? Wow. Wow.
It does need koala bears. It needs a drop bear. We've actually got warning signs for drop bears. And maybe a honey badger or two, something like
Chris.
that.
Yeah.
Chris, the Cape Byron Lighthouse.
What?
It's a real Australian lighthouse, and Google AI says that it's possibly the most famous one.
Yeah,
I don't
definitely.
know. I just know that we have a lighthouse down here.
Yeah.
It's a nice walk to there, actually.
I think I might have scared her with the amount of observations I've had about lighthouses in Second Life in the last sort of 6 to 9 months we've been doing these podcasts, and here we are. She's put the island together, and there isn't a lighthouse.
Okay, I'm not putting a lighthouse. That's fine. I'd rather relax.
We do need a lighthouse.
Scuba, that's an idea. Yeah, we could put something in underneath here. Here comes Denise.
Denise!
Denise has just dropped in.
Like a drop bear.
Yeah, well, pretty much, yeah.
In
So-
Michigan. Is Michigan in next
Michigan's
to the
in the-
border? I don't even know where Michigan is.
Michigan's up north, up with the Great
Michigan
Lakes.
is by the Great Lakes.
Chicago
so
and all.
it would have lighthouses.
There might be one there. There's certainly one over at oh God, what's the one on the eastern side called? Grand Rapids. There's one there. I've seen the picture of it. So yeah,
No, but that's fine. We won't do lighthouses. Okay.
See, Denise wants a lighthouse too.
there we are. You see, so we want a lighthouse. We don't want lots of them. We just need one. You know.
Okay, when
Nuh-uh.
I
We need at least
proposed it,
7.
you said no. For goodness
We should-
sake.
Well, I
Wait,
thought
yeah,
you were going to be.
you did.
I thought
You
you'd be.
did say no.
Yes.
I did say no. I was worrying that she was going to be putting lighthouses all over the place, like
That's
some
what
other.
we need to do.
Me?
We need to
Me?
break a record for the
Oh.
most lighthouses in them. That'll put us on the SL map.
I wouldn't
Yeah, well,
put it lighthouse everywhere. Just one, maybe, just to represent because we do have one on the Sunshine Coast.
We do.
Yeah.
Okay, so we could probably put one. Let's just give people a bit of the background of this thing. There's actually 2 regions here. We've got the main region, which is where all the houses are and stuff, and that's just over there. If I'm waving to it across the water, that's what we've been talking about today. There's actually another water region in which we've moored this boat in, simply because the boat is quite heavy, brim heavy at the moment. Well, yeah. So if we're going to put a lighthouse, we'll probably shove it out here somewhere.
Yeah, right at
I'm-
the back,
Are you gonna shove it?
maybe.
Because right now we're still working. Right now we're still working out some of the things like furniture and stuff to put in the region. Which at the moment we're just going through the snagging parts of it because it's literally less than 24 hours old, and obviously putting all those things together, and then yes, we can do other things at the same time. So
Well, yeah,
This
Cloudy.
is-
This place,
so
Cloudy.
so guys, you've got your golden opportunity right here, right now. We've got a great Australian themed place here, which is still, it hasn't reached set destinations yet. It hasn't reached all the other things that could go in.
Actually, I
second
think
yet.
technically it is still in destinations from before.
Well, no, not
You
this
have
one.
to search.
Ravina,
So
yes.
this
really
is-
search for
This
it.
is it always the case when you start something second, like someone has to try and pick a hole in it somewhere? I haven't finished speaking yet. So
Well, I
this is
found it on
everybody's
destinations
golden-
one day without realizing it.
This
Chris
is
was like,
every-
"Are you lost?"
this is everybody's golden opportunity to basically say, hey, that looks really good, or not. I'd like to see this in there. So if you've got any suggestions or any ideas, or if you want to get involved, sing out. Now is your golden opportunity. You guys out there can come
Well,
to us and say, we want to see this in there. And if it works, if it fits, if we've got the prims, etc., we could potentially do it. How about
It
that?
has to fit.
So,
the
there was a
the
suggestion
theme,
for a
though.
pub.
It has to be Australian because
Yeah.
I want to keep it Australian.
Well,
I
if you
want
like, we
that
could
as
put a
well,
cri-
Denise.
If you like, we could put a cricket pitch in there. We'll beat you at the Ashes, but if you like, we can.
No.
Wow.
There was a suggestion for a pub where voice is enabled and we can hang out and chat.
Yeah, but that's always that building behind us. Clowny will be the kind of trying to do kind of the surf club where we have drinks. I'll put the
Outback Steakhouse. No.
I'll have the bar and a pool table as well, which we can actually have a game.
PJ, I sympathise with you. I've got your back on this one because despite the fact there isn't an Outback in the UK, I've been to Outback. I've been to Outback
it's
3
here in
times
America.
over in the States. And if
I
they
like
can,
it.
if Pris can put a blooming onion in here, I will sponsor that one straight off. I don't care how much it costs. I'll put an Outback in here somewhere. So
Yes. Please,
we're
Chris,
Oh, yeah.
don't let us down.
Outback Steakhouse.
Okay.
Well, he's done a coffee
Outback
shop
Steak-
instead, so we can't really.
Everybody in Second Life's got coffee shop. There's nearly as many there's probably more coffee shops in Second Life than there are lighthouses.
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah,
So
yeah.
okay.
Right.
Well, someone has to find me a building to do an Outback to
Put
replace
it
the coffee
inside
shop.
of a lighthouse.
Okay, fine.
Fantastic. Well, let's do that.
Okay,
Let's
so
put it on
Oh,
the
yeah.
list.
go.
Put
I'll
it
Outback
on the
show
list,
you.
Steakhouse
Chris.
inside of a lighthouse.
So we
It's
have
the
a
Outback
coffee shop
Lighthouse.
here, which
Yeah.
could be remade into an Outback steakhouse.
Well, why don't we
Somehow.
make
Yeah,
some
yeah.
kind of Why don't we make some kind of steakhouse, surfing sort of surfy shack, sort of boathouse place, just a meeting place? And yes, they can serve coffee in there too. But it's a little bit different from someone dropping Starbucks in everywhere, which is pretty much what I'm seeing all over Second Life. And frankly, it's getting boring. So
Well, it's because it's a big thing in America, and we really, really like our coffee
yeah,
here.
but the world isn't just America,
But a lot of Second Life is.
And
is the
as
thing.
you found out when you came to London,
Can you please send me a link for the blooming onion? Someone has
What
one.
is Swologoro? Swologoro? Swologuru. What the hell is that? I need to
What?
watch my mouth, sorry. Denise said it. I don't know.
Okay, hold on. I'm zooming back to the boat.
Swolguru. Oh, I got it.
Kangaroo, it's a ripped kangaroo. It's a kangaroo that's had a workout.
Ravina.
Oh, she's brought back the llama.
Lava?
The llama.
Oh, yeah.
The
We
Dalai
love the
Lama.
llama. Pris the toe stepper. We love it. Denise, when you gonna get on voice?
So just for your information, Denise wants to blog for, how do you say their name? Aardvark? Aardvark? Aardvac? How do you say
Yeah, it's Aardvark.
Aardvark? Yeah.
Aardvark.
Yeah.
Aardvark, yeah.
Aardvark. She wants to blog for them just so she can stalk me with all the llamas and whatever stuff they have.
You should, Denise, you should.
So if he listens or if you know him personally, let him know.
I've said to Pris, bearing in mind she's got a sign down one of the roads here, beware of the drop bears. I feel we need a drop bear.
Somebody's gotta make it though, it doesn't exist.
Which we can randomly move around the sim. So as you're walking around there, suddenly, I mean, okay, she's put spiders in there. Let's not talk about the spiders, but there's a few things in the sim that can be kind of fun. In the original Aussie Shores, she used to have little games and sort of cards and suggestions. You could play little games of these things just lying around and stuff, and they were dotted around. I know that Pris will probably be doing something like that again. But I just love the idea of having a drop bear or something like that, sitting in a tree somewhere, and Pris can randomly move it around. So as people are walking around, suddenly this thing could just drop on you.
I have an
that could
idea.
be fun.
I have an idea.
that's-
Somebody's got to make it
yeah,
because it
that's a
doesn't
good
exist.
idea.
But we could do drop bears all over the sim in the month of October in honor of Halloween.
No, drop bears aren't. Halloween
no,
things.
just one.
No,
I
but they're
think,
scary and mythological.
Just one.
well,
Just
yeah,
one.
yeah,
Just
for
one. And
Halloween
randomly
that's
put it
fine.
in.
But yeah, no, I like the idea of just having one that we move.
Or
Right.
somebody's gotta make
So
it.
guys, we need a drop bear.
Somebody
So
make it.
if you
Look
guys can think of
Cole.
if you guys can think of where we can get a drop bear from, then we will definitely have that in the sim somewhere.
Cole.
Well, I
Where
think
are
that's
you?
possible now with the now that we can upload anything on Second Life and make it. Not that I want to
We've
do
got
it.
Yeah, we've got some tarantulas, we've got kangaroos, we've got wallabies, we've got lots of other wildlife across the sim already. But yeah, it'd be that's a llama, that's an alpaca, right? Yeah, so we've
What's a llama?
oh, no, it's an alpaca's turn now. So we've Denise put an alpaca. So yes,
It's
some,
a
you know,
llama.
drop bear. We need to put a drop bear in here somewhere, I think. So we're open to suggestions as to, yeah, where we can get one of these things from. So if anybody out there knows where we can get a drop bear from, we'd love to put that in the sim.
Need a Christmas island to put me on and deport me back to Clownville.
Christmas Island, isn't that where they did the nuclear testing?
Is it?
Yeah.
Is it?
You want to
I hear
put Chris in a
Christmas
place
Island
where
and I
they
think of the island of lost toys with Rudolph.
Clowny, you want to put Chris on an island where they tested nuclear weapons. Is that right?
No, he doesn't want to put me. He wants to
Don't
put
say that.
himself in there.
Oh,
I'll put you. I did put you back to Clownville. Oh, okay, all right. Well, I'll do that maybe. Yeah. We can have a couple. We can have a few parties out there. Let's say we know a couple of DJs. I know a rather good one. So we'll put those in out there as well. There is a radio station which I've got a hand in, which we might put around something. It's already playing inside my house area on this.
I
so
You should talk to
definitely
Chris about
wouldn't
this.
know how to do LOD and all that kind of thing. That's why I will never touch trying to upload anything to SL because I have no clue. And I don't want to learn and I do not have time to do that.
Ooh,
Well,
Crocodile
okay.
Dundee. He could be he could be the clerk at Outback Steakhouse.
Well,
You need
Bring
the
up your
Australian
Chris's
national treasure, Crocodile Dundee. True.
Yeah.
True.
He could pick up your order at Outback Steakhouse.
that's an idea. We need to put a stream on here, basically playing Australian type of music, and I don't mean playing Men at Work all the time. All sorts of stuff. I mean,
Down
maybe. No, I was just saying not Men at Work all the time. Maybe something a
Just have
bit
it on
more
loop.
Australian, as in, wobble boards, didgeridoos, that kind of stuff out
I
there.
do
just
have a
quietly in the
didgeridoo
background.
that plays music, but it gets a little bit. Can't remember if you have to click on it to listen to it or if it loops. I don't know, but I
What,
do have a didgeridoo. Yeah.
The didgeridoo doesn't. Is that what you're saying to me?
Yes, Clowny, you can get a job here.
Yeah.
But you won't be paid.
Andy's the gardener. Okay, with his
Well, yeah,
shed
she's put-
over there.
Put me in the shit. She's put me in the shit already. Yeah.
Denise will be the waitress at the coffee shop.
No, I thought that was Crocodile Dundee.
Oh, okay.
She's,
Well, she can serve with
she-
Crocodile Dundee.
Can I point out that I know it's favoritism. I know she loves me really, but I think really it's Chris has put a tarantula in our house, and I think our house is the only place where she's put.
It's not a tarantula. Stop calling them tarantulas. We do not have tarantulas in Australia. They're called huntsmen. Okay? Call them
Yeah,
huntsmen.
right. Jeez. Come on.
All right, then,
Andy.
huntsman. Okay. It's slightly bigger than the size of my hand. In realistic terms, it's probably nearly a foot. It probably would be a huntsman actually. It's probably about a foot across, isn't it? So yeah, it's about that.
That spider was not that big.
Yes.
Anyways, it's gone now.
What I was going to say in Pris's last broadcast, and you guys that are out there on YouTube land can scroll back up and have a look at these things. She was talking in terms of some of the new protocols and some of the new things that you can actually do with Second Life. and in terms of uploading and file formats and all that stuff. And I think there was a thing about copy paste, wasn't there? You were saying, is it becoming a copy paste up situation? Because it was scaring the living daylights out of the creators in terms of the file formats and how and the example that they use when they talked in terms of what they could actually do. Well, okay, let's give people another example. Let's make a drop bear out of this. Let's let the AI loose and see what these drop bears actually look like, shall we? We could put it in there.
I mean, yeah, but it probably can't make scripts for it.
Yeah, but they're horrible, Clowny. They're very scary.
Clowny's in Australia. I mean, he should know what's going on, shouldn't he?
Yeah. No,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
it's true what he's saying. The small one are the poisonous one. The huntsmen are harmless. Well, they do jump on you, the females. If you try to attack them, they jump. They're scary. They're aggressive. But yeah, they can't
We've got
harm you.
spiders. We've got spiders in this country, and I step on them or I whack them into the wall or something. They don't jump back at me. That's scary itself. That's a spider with attitude.
Yeah, but
Bloody
you
hell.
see, PJ, what you're saying to me, upload needs to... I have no idea what that means. Like,
Yeah.
honestly, if I were to upload something, I would do what Linden Lab did. Like, I don't know anything. I would just pick up something and think, oh, this is cool. I'll just slap a texture and just upload it to SL. And I wouldn't have a clue whether it's optimized, LOD is good. I have no idea. I would just upload it. And I think a lot of people will think they can do that.
So hang on. If you say texture specifically, ChatGPT can do that. I know that because I did that. ChatGPT turned regular images.
It's not about
and-
the textures, Clara. It's about uploading an object to SL that I
So
have
you can
no
upload
clue.
an object. How detailed and good it will look is
Yeah,
well,
but
I
that's
don't
not
know.
the point. Whether it's
but then
good or not,
like
they're just going
scripts,
to upload just anything.
scripts to make the bear drop, to make him go rawr and stuff like that. You have to do by hand. Someone who knows what they're doing has to do that.
Well, that's okay, but it's something. It's an option. It's something out there. So we are looking for the world's greatest drop bear creator, if we can find one. If anybody knows what a drop bear looks like, we want to put a drop bear in this region somewhere. We'll put it somewhere and we'll move it around. So if you guys go exploring and stuff and having a look at the whole place, maybe sort of taking pictures and something, then suddenly this thing can suddenly land on you and give you a hug, or whatever drop bears do.
Yeah, a script to attach it to you. That would be amazing.
Or put a honey badger in there
Lane,
somewhere.
you're a
Well,
hater
that could be
to
kind
me.
of cool. Yeah. So there we go. Right, more suggestions. So I hope you're making a note of all this, Chris. So yeah, lighthouse somewhere. We want a drop bear in there somewhere.
You're the gardener. You take note. I'm the boss.
Well, don't look at me. I've got this little electric. You adored this thing when I got it yesterday. I mean, yeah, for some reason Chris can't actually give you guys a shot of it at the moment because it's the lagging that we're getting in Second Life. But I picked up this little electric buggy thing yesterday, and we've got a ute outside our place, but I think we're probably going to be going around on the buggy more than anything else. It's actually French. It's actually
Yeah, I
made
was saying that, Denise. Yeah.
I can't. It doesn't rise for me. Yeah, I'm trying.
Yeah,
but...
we can't do it. So that's out there too.
More reset texture refresh. Yeah, it's not raising.
Oh. Oh, you need to relog, but don't relog.
Yeah, no, I can't relog now. But yeah, it's a little electric car. It's like a little.
Yeah. Like
Do
a
you
little
guys
car.
remember the Mini Moke from years ago? It's a bit like that.
It's very cute to drive around.
What's this?
And we
Clearly wants a grown Indian man wearing jeans and socks going into the water on Bondi Rescue. Oh, I see. Okay.
and there's a bicycle racer as well here to go around.
Yeah.
The
Yeah,
Yes, we've got
Ravina, I was
bicycles.
saying that it's a relog issue in my experience, but yeah, she can't relog because she has all the streaming stuff set up.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I relog we're gone.
So more things to put in here. Come on, you Aussies out there. Come on, Aussies. This is your place. So give us some ideas. What would you like to see in this place?
I mean, we've gotten like 6 different ideas.
Yeah.
Good. Let's keep them coming. Keep the ideas coming.
I mean, you do realize we're asking a group of humans. The ideas will
Exactly.
be infinite.
Exactly. I would much rather have us have too many suggestions than us having just a few, and then everybody comes back and says, "Oh, it's boring there. Nothing ever happens."
Okay, yes,
So,
everyone,
yeah.
we invite you to come up with more stuff, but we also do not want to pressure you.
Droppers are
come
an
on.
endangered species. I like that. It takes them a full day to climb back up.
Oh,
their
yeah.
perch. And that was the Bruce bum.
Well, that doesn't matter. We can do that, and they might climb up the wrong tree as well. So the drop bears are going to move around.
Yeah.
So why not?
Giant moon smiling in the sky. Can it be made of Wensleydale?
Oh no, you need to, Clara. You can't just say these things. You need to explain yourselves because people are wondering what the hell do you mean by Wensleydale?
Okay. It's from Wallace and Gromit. Yeah, and they
Well,
went
why
to
don't
the
you
moon.
start off by saying what it is? Yeah.
It was like a claymation thing in the 80s. It's an old man and his dog, and it's very cute, and it's internationally famous, and y'all might know it too.
Don't know.
And so yeah, they built a rocket in their back garden, and
Oh, hang
they,
on a minute. Hang on a minute. That doesn't. You're not telling anything about what Wensleydale really is. Come, just tell.
Oh, you
people,
want me to
yeah?
talk about Wensleydale? Okay.
Well, that's
it's
what
a
we're
cheese-
talking about. Yeah.
It's a cheese made in the UK, and it has like cranberries and blueberries in it, and it's
what-
amazing.
Well, why don't you just say what it is?
I just did.
It's cheese, right?
Yeah, I said that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so anyways, they go to the moon, and the man is looking at his dog trying to figure out what this cheese tastes like, and he says Stilton, which is another kind of cheese. And the dog shakes his head no. He says Wensleydale, and the dog shakes his head no, and we never find out what cheese the moon tastes like. It's just a different sort of cheese that they've never tried.
So the story
Anyways,
is.
yeah.
So the story is okay. So the film is called A Grand Day Out. It was made a number of years ago. It involves some plasticine creatures which are animated by the guy that he's done a whole lot of movies since. But yeah, the two characters is Wallace and Gromit. The movie is called A Grand Day Out, and the legend is they're looking for a place to go on holiday. They really like cheese. And they remember the legend that the moon is made of green cheese. So they said, okay, let's go to the moon and find out. So they built a space rocket in their backyard, and it's all a bit like Thunderbirds, if any of you know those movies as well. This thing comes out of the ground, takes off and flies up into the moon, lands on the moon, and they put their picnic out on the moon. They carve a bit of the moon off and start trying to eat it. And no, it doesn't taste like Wensleydale or any cheese that they know.
Yeah.
And then they run into a space alien, which looks a bit like I don't know what it looks like really. It's a bit like a fridge or something, like coin and slot meter basically, and it ends up chasing after them and stuff. But yeah, it all gets very, very silly. It has a passion for skiing in the Alps or something as well. So they end up making some skis for it before they decide to come back to Earth. But anyway, that's another story. It's just a kids' movie.
I wasn't gonna go this deep into it, but okay.
You just mentioned Wensleydale, and everyone's saying, what the hell is Wensleydale? Wensleydale is a brand of cheese, like Stilton or Brie or Camembert or Edam or Gouda or Cheddar
Camembert is
or all the other
nasty.
things that are out there. So, yeah. One interesting thing that did come out of a week ago when Clara was over here was she actually had a chance to taste some proper cheddar cheese. The interesting thing was in the supermarket, I remember, I said, there's the cheddars, which one would you like? And she said to me, none of them are orange. And I said,
Oh yeah,
no.
I did say that.
cheddar isn't orange. Cheddar has never been orange. And she said, well, it is where I come from. And I said, oh, okay.
The Wisconsin version of cheddar, which Wisconsin makes good cheese. It's not where cheddar came from, and it's a different kind of cheddar. They probably shouldn't have called it cheddar, in my opinion. But it's yellow. It's like orange, you know. And it's not in the UK.
Well, when you come over next time, or another time when you're over here, I can take you down the West Country. I can take you to Cheddar, the actual village, at the end of the gorge, where they make cheddar cheese. And the unique thing about cheddar cheese is it's cave matured. So there are caves in the gorge, and that's where they actually mature the cheese.
Well, there was also pink champagne near you too. We should check that out too.
That's a different thing altogether. There is a vineyard south of London.
It's not cheese.
Yes, but you keep getting distracted. We're talking about cheese here, okay? So,
I don't even know what you're talking about
just
cheese.
talking about food.
So
I forgot why we're talking about cheese. I don't know.
Confused.
We've watched Wallace and Gromit. We've gone through different cheese flavors.
How do we go
We've compared them with American cheeses. I don't know what. I don't know what has happened this day.
right, there's an idea. Clowny's come up with an idea. I can see in the chat here saying dingoes. Chris,
Yeah,
what do you think?
Yeah, look at the video.
Yeah, there's no dingoes in SL.
Yeah, but there
Chris
is
has
one
been
on my
looking.
beach.
Oh. Oh, you found one?
No, someone uploaded it for me. So it's not
Oh, that's
perfect,
amazing.
but yeah, it's
It's a dingo.
a dingo.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
Is he gonna eat my baby? Me and Angie's baby.
Yes.
What is she like?
And Jonas did uploaded a kookaburra, which I have to add. I didn't even add it yet.
I uploaded
Hang on a
one.
minute. Well, there is a kookaburra because I can hear the thing every
Yeah,
time I
you can
listen to
hear it, but
Chris.
there's no physical one. So he
You don't
found.
have to say that. You don't have to say that.
Oh,
You have to
sorry.
say that.
Oops, sorry.
It's somewhere out
Yes.
there. Yeah. Okay.
There's plenty.
Just put one in the sim somewhere before someone realises there is actually one there. Okay.
Yeah, I'll do it. But that's thank you, Jonah. Thank
Fine.
you,
No,
Jonas,
put that-
for the
no, put that-
kookaburras, and thank you, Kaylee, for the dingo. There.
Okay. So there's some more things for the list. Have we got any more? Any more?
No, that's all I was given.
Well, Andy wants more suggestions for The Sims. Yeah.
Yeah, why
I
not?
mean The Sim. Yeah. Y'all can just shout it out during the video if you want.
Oh my
You're not
gosh,
watching
she
the chat.
changed.
But yeah, don't pressure them, Andy, to just keep thinking of stuff. They're only humans. They're not idea machines.
Why not?
Oh my gosh, this is
This is the-
beautiful, Ravina.
What?
Next time I need to portray the creativity in Second Life. There you go.
Look at that.
That's beautiful.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
This is why we come to Second Life. This is the creativity in Second Life.
There are some
Yeah.
really artistic things that have been created in Second Life, and I don't just talk in terms of just a picture or something. I'm talking in terms of the whole sort of concept, the atmosphere, the way they put together what you're looking at, together with what you can hear, together with what you can do. There are artists like Bruno out there, for example, which is sponsored by the Canadian government. She's been doing some stuff out there. Another one that we know quite well, Sophie Savant-Fal. She's actually got one in Destinations right now, Eternal Bastion, where she's doing some stuff there. And I think she's got some more things coming on as well. And she's part of an organisation called the SLEA, which it's some Second Life something arts, I think. Basically, it's a whole organisation devoted towards promoting art in Second
Hey,
Life.
who's taking pictures?
Actually, oh yeah, I forgot to take pictures. Actually, could we talk for a minute about what's going on in the UK with your identity thing?
Well, we will talk about that in a minute. Yeah, I just want to carry on talking about this a little bit at the moment. But yes, we have got. And it's not just the UK actually; it's worldwide because I know it's in Australia too. It's certainly in Europe, or it's half implemented in Europe, which is another reason why Europe is Europe. They do this in Europe, but it will be there. It will be coming to the USA too. So. What they're basically doing is that they, under the guise or under the premise of saying they want to stop children being exposed to porn or adult content sites, they want to make sure that there's other parts on there that pedophiles and things like that going on there too. It's all part of the security side. What they're basically saying that any site involving or potentially involving the use of adult content or unregulated content needs to have a form of age verification on there. In other words, are you over 18, etc.? Are you who you say you are? There you go. Now, if you're into watching porn and stuff like that, for want of a better phrase, that verifies that you're not seeing stuff that you should, you're not really old enough to be seeing. That's fair enough. It actually applies to all of social media. So it's applied to some parts of Facebook, certainly in terms of some other parts of social media too, and it's being applied across a number of these things. And basically, you can sit there, you can go through your social media site, and suddenly it just locks in as you and says, "I can need age verification." And what they basically need from you is they want to have a photograph taken of you in the most basic verification, an email address. They'll sometimes go through your mobile phone records if you're the bill payer to verify, that you are the bill payer and the bill payer is of age, which of course they will be.
That's exorbitant.
No, it's not. And it's applying. This is being rolled out worldwide. So it isn't just the UK. It isn't just parts of Europe. It isn't just parts of Australia. It is going to be worldwide. It therefore follows it's also going to be coming to Second Life. And I don't care whether people like it now or if they want to demand their right to privacy or want to demand the right to say, I didn't, let's be cynical on this, shall we? I've got 45 alts and I don't want to stay anonymous because I have the right to be anonymous. Sorry, guys, that ain't going to happen anymore. You are going to have to verify who you are and that you're of age and basically all of that. So it
but individual websites don't need a picture of me and they don't need to be rooting around my phone.
I'm sorry, but that's what they're doing right now.
But why do they need a picture? Why can't they just verify the ID?
Yeah. Why is all that acceptable?
Because they need to. So, but there's three ways. I don't do this thing, so I'm not going through the whole verification. But from what I can recall rightly, the ways they verify is that they ask for you to upload your actual ID documents, so like a driver's license or your passport, etc., which has photographic ID. Hang on, let me finish.
Some website doesn't.
Let me finish. Photographic ID, so they know that you are who you say you are. They can do it through actual image processing, where they have an AI engine and they take a photograph of you. It's not just a flat photograph. They move the thing in and out, so it's like a 3D image they take of you, and they assess it using AI to see if you are clearly not a child, so you're of a certain age, so they can do that. Or they start looking at your mobile phone records on your bank account details, etc., because that will again have your age details on there as well.
My bank account details.
Hang on. So it basically then uploads a token, and that token is then stored and logged against you by the website or the entity asking that has to have verification. And once you've done that, you can carry on using it as per normal. That's being applied to most social media sites now, and I think the intention is to roll it out across all of them, and it's going to go global. So at some point, I have no doubt on this, Second Life will be going the same way. It's partly to do with the age verification, pedophilia, adult content, money laundering as well.
Yeah.
Anything involving those kind of things, it's verifying that you are who you say you are. So all these people with all these alternative accounts, at some point you're going to be asked to prove who you say you are every time you access one of these things or leave them loose on the world. And you know,
So, like, in order to look at an Instagram, at celebrities' Instagram picture, I have to give Instagram, like, my credit card information and my driver's license and all of that?
Potentially. Well, not all of it.
No,
But
why is that okay?
Hang on. Some of it to verify that you are who you say you are, and that you are of a certain age. So they will be asking to do that. So guess what? Here's the next thing.
They just asked me to log in through Google. Google already has that stuff, and Google, I approve for Google to have that stuff. Like, there's no reason that Instagram should have my payment info.
Right, Clara, don't shoot the messenger. I'm telling you straight. This is what they're doing. And Google is one of the sites where they actually have to ask for verification. They will not pick it up from your Google account. So it's there, and it's already there in some parts of the world, UK being one of them, because we're quite advanced on that technical side. It's partly rolled out in some other parts of the world, and it's coming to the rest of the world that hasn't got it yet. So people can then say, so the way around it, of course, is to use VPN. Yeah, great. Okay, I'll VPN. I'll set my location as a place where they don't require verification. Well, as time goes on, the list of those places is going to become less and less and less. And I think the only place where you might not be asked for verification is if you live in Antarctica. That could be that could.
Well, there's something like scientists there.
It sounds funny, but that actually is the way it is. So unless you are a penguin living in Antarctica, I'm terribly sorry. You are going to have to, at some point in the future, and it's coming to everybody. You are going to be asked to verify you are who you say you are. Now let's look at it.
But that goes beyond just verifying who you are. That's like very personal information. Instagram. Why does Instagram need my payment info? And if I decide to go to a site with adult content, why do they need my driver's license? Why do they need my picture?
Because
and I don't want to give them my payment info. I don't want to pay for that stuff.
Okay. Well, you're yelling at me on these things, and I'm just telling you they want to verify you are who you say you are, and the best way of doing that is to verify that the document they've got is actually you.
Yeah, but they can just check an ID. I mean, in my job, we check your ID.
Yeah.
We don't need to see. You don't need to get a picture. We can check. I mean, your driver's license is unique to you, unless it's stolen.
Yeah, right. Okay. So what they're doing is they're checking for people to make sure the people can actually that the people that view the content are actually the people that are.
Yeah, but then
no.
The issue is that the website has this info now.
Clara, please don't say but when I haven't even finished what I'm saying.
I'm so serious.
No, you haven't let me finish speaking. So let me finish. If you've got a driver's license and you've got a passport that says you're of a certain age, how does that software? How do those people know that it's yours? So what they will require is the document proving it. They will then require you. They'll be looking for photographic ID. They'll also then compare that photographic ID with you, which is why they look to take an image of you.
But then once they have that information, how can you trust what they're going to do with it?
No, they don't. Actually, I can tell you right now, when we check an ID, it's not kept on the server. They check it. They communicate where the ID is. Check that the information is correct. Come back. Yeah, this is the ID, but it's not kept on the server. They're just checking.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So that is the same situation as far as I'm aware. One of the complaints that people have over this verification, since it was suddenly foisted on us all over here in the UK, is that they aren't keeping information. So every time you want to go on that site,
you've got to go through the whole process to verify you are you every time, and it's a real pain in the proverbial. So that's out
No,
there
that was
too.
just on your TV. That's not guaranteed that every website is not taking it down and then using it or selling it or whatever.
Well, this is the next step on from that. So it's being applied to social media.
This is not something to smile lightly about. This is really scary.
No, but
hang on.
You can't even get on the internet.
Yeah, but
Clara, I haven't got to the scary part yet. This is easy. Okay.
Damn.
Oh, good. It gets even better.
So okay. This is going to be applied, and this is being applied to all social media, particularly social media or any form of social content that involves adult content. It therefore follows it will be coming to Second Life. It might not come to Second Life next month or next week, but it's coming. And I'm sorry, no matter what the Lindens do to get around it, it will be applied at government level. And if it's applied at government level in the USA or applied at government level in the country where you are, no matter which country or location you are in, or wherever you want to set your VPN to, you're still going to have to go through it. Let's take that one step further for 1 second. If you cast your mind back a few months, and we talked a little bit about the Second Life viewers and how they all use open source software. So that anybody that basically has a viewer out there that can has the viewer correctly can actually go into your account details, and they can actually then get whatever information they need to be able to clone your details or mine your account for the information they might need. So they might want to know in terms of what you're into, the sort of places in Second Life you hang out. It therefore follows they could then go into things like your date of birth. They could go into your home address. They can go into, it only needs 3 points of information to clone someone's details and set up an account in their name. Only 3. So all the people that went into PrimFeed, for example, where they've asked you for a date of birth, why do they need your date of birth? It's actually illegal to ask you for your date of birth if the birth date is not relevant for the purpose it was used for.
PrimFeed is actually like a really good example of my point.
Hang on, let me finish. All the information you've got out there that's being fed into that, it's not required for the purposes of storing pictures, unless you're a pedophile.
No. PrimFeed. So you guys run it.
So hang on. PrimFeed asks you for your name, or you ask you for your Second Life account details. I think it also asks you for your date of birth, which isn't isn't details that are required to be asked for under global data protection law. That is then being fed into Second Life, and all your details then in Second Life are then being used to verify that you are you. So when you come to this age verification thing, Lovents, PrimFeed, all these applications that have been written to be able to access your information in Second Life are now going to be requiring your verification, photographic ID, bank details, age verification details. Do you guys see where this is actually going? Yeah?
Yeah. What are the people running each of these websites doing with your information?
So when you're in a store and you're hang on, let me finish. When you're in a store and you're diverting your client base to all your group notices and all your brochures via a service such as PrimFeed, is that really going to be a good idea?
No, this is run by 2 guys. What the hell are they doing with your info?
Hang on. Is PrimFeed like to be shut down because they haven't got the age verification on it? Because it's a social site and it will fall under that criteria. Is PrimFeed, for example, I'm not doing a number on PrimFeed, I'm just using an example, guys. Is PrimFeed compliant under global data protection legislation by virtue of the fact they're asking for information, your personal information, upon which accounts can be set up in your name or your information mined, etc.? They're not actually allowed to ask for that information, yet they are doing so, presumably I'm guessing probably to compare and make sure that your account details are the same as your Second Life account details and that you are you. But hey, to do that, they've got to have access to your Second Life details. And what information is in your Second Life account? Think about it.
Your password, possibly your money.
Think about it. It's going to have your bank details.
I am thinking about it.
Yes, it's going to have your bank details, your location. It's going to have, all the information that makes you, not necessarily a fantasy creature in Second Life. So all that information is then going to be available to them or to the people then that happen to go through age verification. It's all going to have to go back into Second Life, and the whole thing is then going to have to be, if they play things by the book, it's all going to have to become available and tied in. Now, if they decide they don't want to do that, you could quite legitimately see Prima Feed shut down. You could see Love It. You could, if they don't want to do it, they will be shut down. So unless they are compliant, that will cease to exist.
No, there are plenty of websites that there are plenty of websites that are selling your data, but saying that they're not selling your data.
Fine, but when you've got a government agent,
Google is one of them.
Listen, when you've got government software and
you're not listening to me.
Well, you're not letting me finish. When you've got government software and government auditing your accounts to make sure that you are you, it therefore follows that if these sites fall under that criteria, they will have to use it. And it's not a question of, proving yourself to your own government. It's a question of your information then becomes visible to all this other software solutions and all these other sorts of things which verify that you are you. Am I scaring you yet? Because you should be.
You're not even listening.
This is coming. This is coming.
No. So there was one summer that I was buying games off of Google Play, games that I chose very carefully. They were like the featured games and stuff. I wasn't trying to do anything funny, and I only bought 3. And then also I was watching movies on YouTube. And I got so scammed. Money was tinkling out of my account, and it was each little charge was under Google.
Yeah.
Which
Clara,
is what
do you want to
scammers do.
Clara, do you want to calm down a little bit and just lower your voice a bit because you're starting to shout?
No.
That's what I want to say.
No. Yeah. No. Also, my mom's identity has been stolen twice. We don't even know where that came from. There was one game, I bought an app for $8 USD, which is a lot for an app. I made that choice on my own. But it took 38. And all at once just for the one purchase. And I had to change my account 4 times that summer, and the bank finally stopped recuperating me. I was just getting scammed over and over, and it was all just Google.
Yeah, but
I wasn't doing anything
know
funky.
that they don't get your information just online, okay? They can get your information with just a letter that you've received. Your name is on it, and you just throw it in the bin. Okay, there are people, scammers, that go through trash to get a name, an address,
Correct.
a date of birth.
Well, probably not in the suburbs, but yeah.
To steal your information. So
They
it's not
do.
just online.
You only need, if you want to set a bank account up, you want to basically set up information, claim a passport, potentially buy a house even, you only need 3 pieces of information, accurate pieces of information about a person to do that. And everyone, before everyone throws their hands in the air and says, "Oh, it can't be me because I'm secure."
No, I'm not.
Think about.
trying to make.
Hang on, please, Clara. I'm finished. The 3 pieces of information could be a name. It could be a zip code or postal address. It could be a date of birth. That's enough. It could be mother's maiden name. It could be place of birth. It could be where you've been down to Starbucks and bought a thing and got a Starbucks account. of where you've logged all that information. It only takes 3 sources, or it only takes 3 items of information to clone someone's details.
Okay, so just because there's danger everywhere, it doesn't mean that you should not like allow this obvious bad. No. So like, why are you not listening to me? No.
Well, I'm sorry, but it is what it is.
So Primfeed is run by 2 guys, and they say they're not doing anything with your info. They say this and that, but do you really know? Have you seen like how things work behind the scenes for them? And then on the other hand, listen.
Yeah.
On the other end of the spectrum, Google, this giant, well-respected like monolith of a company, can still like scammers can still get through the cracks in there. Like, and we're supposed to like go around the internet and social media and all that and just hand out this information for no reason other than just get on the site. Just
Bingo.
basically hand it out there into the ether.
Bingo.
This
So
is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
This is bad. This is wrong.
That's not wrong.
Yes.
It's not wrong. It's
yes,
not wrong.
Because it is such the internet is such a huge, varied universe of things. You think that you're doing stuff with only Google, but there's little like bugs getting in the cracks, like scammers getting in the cracks, and like you cannot already in the first place, you cannot trust what you're doing when you're doing nothing bad.
Okay.
And then and now you can't even just get on a website without handing out all this information to who knows who could see it, who knows like where it could come across to.
But Clara,
like, this is bad.
But Clara, it's not bad. It's been going on for years. How many times?
These websites don't need to mandate you basically just throwing all this stuff out your front door for everybody.
Well, sorry, but for the people that are not in Europe, this is what GDPR is. It's called the General Data Protection Regulations. This is what it's for.
That's not protection or regulation. That's just...
It's protecting data. It's protecting people.
No, it is not. No, it is not. It is demanding data, and then people can come in the back door and find that data.
Clara, you have no understanding. The data protection regulation.
I have every understanding because it happened to me and my mom.
No, it hasn't happened to you. Listen.
Yes, it has. I just told you how.
Listen. Data protection, GDPR basically is out there to protect your data from being misused. It's there to protect your data.
Well, it sucks.
Can I finish? It's there to protect your data from not being used in a manner to which you don't agree. And it's also there to protect you from being required to divulge data which is not relevant to the purpose it's been asked for. So I'll pick the example which I mentioned earlier.
No, I strongly disagree with that because there's no reason that Instagram needs my payment.
I'm sorry, listen to me. This is the law. You can't disagree with it and say it's wrong. It's the law.
I can. But that's what you guys do. That's what some of these podcasts are. You guys disagreeing with things that are legal.
I'm sorry, but this is true. So the situation you've got with GDPR, the situation you have with GDPR is that firms are required, and the fines are anything up to 15% of their global turnover in 1 year as a fine. There is an awful lot of, there's an awful lot of money at stake on these things. If I go back to the example I quoted, Primfeed, where they're asking for your date of birth, under what regulation, what environment, what excuse would they need that information? What's it for? Why would they need it?
Yeah, exactly. Why the hell would Instagram need my payment information?
Well, okay, let's look at it another way. When you go onto Facebook, and you might have been, I don't know, you might have been on YouTube, or you might have been on another site, maybe a shopping site, like it might be on Amazon or something like that, having a look at, I don't know, You want to buy a stuffed you want to buy a stuffed honey badger, for example. I'll use this as a stupid example. You want to buy a stuffed honey badger toy. So you go onto these things and you look at stuffed honey badger toys, all well and good, and you go away and you forget about it. A few days later, you're going on a social media account and suddenly you find all the adverts on the right-hand side there are suddenly popping up with adverts for honey badger toys. How does it know that you've been interested on that? It's because the tokens, the cookies and things which are on there are being mined by these informations. They're all interconnected. It's been doing it for years. And that's why. So if you then have a situation where you have a rogue site out there or a site out there and it's requiring information that isn't relevant to the purpose that you went on it for.
Instagram wanting my payment?
Hang on.
To prove that I'm me?
Well, hang on.
Well, that's exactly...
I'm coming to that. If you then go to a social media site that is, if you're going to a website that requires you to put information in that is necessary for the reason you're using that website. So, if I want to go into an image sharing site, for example, why does it need to have my date of birth? I'm putting content on the site. The content is subject to their own restrictions, etc. I don't need to divulge my age. However,
well, that's fine. My date of birth doesn't tell people who I am and where my money is.
Okay, that's the way it is now. But as I said, age verification is coming. And they call it age verification. It's not really age, it's ID. It's to prove who you say you are.
Right, so but why is bank account featured in that? And why do they need something like your social security number?
Because, as I say, there's 3 ways that they can do it on the software that they're using over here in the UK right now. You can go the difficult route. You can provide them with all that information. You can go to your mobile phone accounts because they know you have to be of a certain age to do that, and they have ID checks which take out those agreements, so they know you've been through those ID checks already. Or they could do a thing where it's a whole direct thing where they take your photographs and all that as well, and they link that back in. They do some rather funky AI analysis.
You're talking about deepfakes? Where they put my face on porn?
Hang on a minute. So, so they'll do those things. That's the way they're doing it. That's the way they're doing these things. So it will verify that you are you, and that's on the social media now.
No, that's not the best way to verify that you are you. That's way too much information.
Clara, it's what's happened. You can't say if it's right or wrong.
It's too much information to give them. It gives them too much power. It gives them the keys to your city. Your city, yourself, your life.
Yeah. Well, guess what?
Yeah, no, that's not good. Facebook doesn't need that. Facebook already has plenty of information. They don't need more.
Right, so that's Facebook.
Instagram does not need my bank account details.
Yeah,
They definitely don't need my driver's license number.
Okay.
What the hell do they need that for? To prove that
verify you are you.
No.
Yeah.
My driver's license, though?
Yeah.
No.
Because the driver's license is an ID. That's what we verify your identity with. But
you can't just tell people your driver's license number. They could steal your identity.
Yeah. So Second Life.
The website would have to be secure, but they will have to.
But you say it'll have to be secure. Like, how do you know it's secure? They're just asking you for this information. They say, "Oh, the law now says we have to do it," and so you give them that information, and then what happens to it? You don't know.
Well, that's another part of it again. We'll come into that for a second. But what I'm simply saying is because Second Life is out there and it requires you. What does it need from you right now? It needs an email address. If you want to buy something, it's going to go through your payment verification, isn't it? So it's going to ask for some of that information already. It's then going to link that back to this age verification thing that you've got on there as well, whether you like it or not. It doesn't do it now, but it will. That's coming by law. So it has to do that. It therefore follows, because the Second Life viewer is an open source viewer, that information is available to anybody that has an application that uses your Second Life account details and viewer details to access information about you. So it therefore follows that when you do this verification part of it, and everything else that you've got wired in around your ID and everything else becomes exposed. So I'm sorry, Clara, it's happening, it's coming. And there's nothing you can do about it, right or wrong.
Why is this? Yeah. I don't care. I don't care if the government knows this stuff about me. They're sort of
Well, the
supposed to. The
government
government's
knows
job
everything
is to
about
protect
you.
the-
You pay taxes.
Right.
they
But
know
it's
you.
not. But it's not. I'm not talking about the government though. I'm talking about something like freaking Instagram. Like Instagram does not need my payment info. Pornhub does not need my driver's license. I keep naming that one. I don't know any of them except for that one. But there's nothing wrong with adults looking at that stuff. And it's like, why does the site need like that much info? And like any social media, why does it need that much info? Any site with potentially adult content, which is like more than half the internet, why does it need all that info about you? It doesn't. There's better ways to find out if someone is really over 18 without having
What's
everything
the
you
better
need to
way?
steal their identity.
What's the better way though? How do they find out who you are if you are over 18? What's the better way to do it?
I don't know.
Okay,
I'm
so
not
there
running a
is-
government
okay,
making these
there is
laws.
no yeah, but there is no better way. Your driver's
No,
license.
but this is a
just
bad
listen,
way.
listen.
Just because,
You have a
just
driver's
because
license.
you and I cannot think of something automatically better, like automatically, doesn't mean there is not a better way, because this is a bad way. Anyways.
See
I
a
need a
comment
chill
in the, see, you did a chill pill. You've gone hysterical. So just calm down, Clara. Rockridge, see a
No,
comment
but
on there.
this is
Rockridge,
for real. Like
the-
websites do not need this
All right,
stuff.
Rockridge, I see your comment in the chat there about primitively requiring users to be 18 years old to create an account. Doesn't use a direct document-based age verification process. Yes, you have to verify with Second Life account. Where does the account details for the Second Life account come from? How does age verification means that you have to have a credit account or credit card or something like that, for which you have to be of a certain age to do that.
Rockridge, that's a brilliant idea. The government, if the government has this info that you are in fact you could have that document and you could sign into websites with that.
Yes. For every government in the world?
That doesn't, yes, for every government in the world. It just it doesn't exist yet.
But here's the thing: the data protection law requires that they don't have to keep this information on it. It's supposed to be used every time you access it. So every time you go through to access things, such as Second Life, you're going to be required to submit that information. Now, if Second Life wants to be nice about it, they can retain that information so that you don't have to input it every time. But to do that, they're going to be breaking the law. So I'm
Denise,
sorry,
it's
it's going to
probably not
happen.
universal, but it's in UK, so it's universal to Andy.
It's not just Europe. It's not. GDPR covers Europe.
Okay,
There
but
are
it can't be
other
everywhere. But
I'm sorry,
still,
it is. Sorry, let me butt in. It is. There is data protection regulation to stop any information going, for example, across the Atlantic or into the continent of Africa or across from Asia or anywhere outside of the US. There is data and there's laws protecting the data and the nature of data and the manner in which the data is also transmitted between those two locations, point A and point B, anywhere in the world. GDP is not just a European.
It's not a
it's not
question
a
of
European
believing in it, Clowny. It's just it is there. Whether it is safe, whether it's being hacked, that could happen too. But it is there to protect your data. Yeah.
Clown, you've said I love a little comment. You talked about thumbprints to log into your PC at home. Well, haven't you been doing that on an Apple iPhone for years? In fact, they've gone off that now. They've gone on to facial recognition, haven't
Well, they
they?
do that on
All
the
that.
stupid Android, not just iPhone. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's semantics.
Don't
What I'm
attack
saying is, it's something
Apple, okay?
that's something that's been going on for years. Yeah. So if you're using that, and you will be, because they want to use the camera to verify you are you, and they'll ask you to use the camera on your phone.
No, I don't.
Let me fit. Don't say no.
I
because I haven't finished. I
don't agree with
so
any of this.
So to log into your phone, you'll need to use either your face or you'll need to use your thumbprint to verify that you can access the phone. You then go through that age verification thing, which then links to that thing back into the phone and checks to make sure that not only the information that you've provided is correct, but secondly also that you are actually you. In other words, you're not somebody else using a photograph of somebody else's driver's license.
No, this is a way to hand things to scammers.
Well, it is.
Scammers can get in the back door and find this information.
Correct. And Second Life Viewer is an open source bit of software. Anybody can access anything in it if you know how the
And
viewer
why are
works.
you okay with this? Why are you
didn't say I
just
was.
happily smiling and saying this is how the world's going to be?
I'm simply saying to you, this is what's coming, and whether you like it or not, it's going to happen. I'm more comfortable with it because I can see what's coming, and I've locked my information down.
You don't know that you have. No one knows. Most scammers are idiots. But there are a couple out there that are really, really, really clever and will never get caught.
Clara, it only takes one, right?
Right, that's what I'm saying. A
So,
couple of
say
them
to me,
out
I'm
there are really clever and will never get caught.
Yeah.
And they will come in the back door.
if they've got access to your Second Life account, which they can get through an open source viewer, and let's face it, if it's open source, you can get access to it. So you can pick up the information from that. It therefore follows that your bank account details, your age details, your location details, your name, your address.
Yes, but then,
hang on, don't say yes, but because I haven't finished. I haven't finished. I haven't finished.
I have a reason to give
Clara,
Second
I haven't
Life
finished.
my money.
Clara,
information.
I haven't finished.
No reason to give Instagram my money.
You've repeated. You said that already. As I was saying, they've got all this information.
This is the point I'm making.
Clara, I can't. Chris, I can't talk if you carry on like this. This is getting ridiculous.
How do you not see a problem with this? How are you just okay with this?
It's the law.
So what?
What do you want me to do? Overthrow the club? Overthrow the government?
Drama llama.
Come on.
No. So like in previous podcasts, when you and Chris were up in arms about if something is morally right or wrong, and I was saying it's the law, it's because I saw that the world was still going to be mostly okay. This was just a little nuance. It was wrong, but it wasn't world ending. That it was happening, and also it was legal, so there's not much we could do. This tonight is a huge deal. Like people's livelihoods, people's lives, people's identities.
Well, now you're starting to get it.
Possibly people's families and stuff. What do you mean now I'm starting to get it? You're not getting it how important it is if you sound like this about it.
You think I'm going to do?
Denise, I mean, the government serves you, really?
No.
The
So
government,
I don't care.
yeah,
I
how
don't
do you
care
go
about
against
the
the
government
government?
knowing my information. I am over that. They're supposed to protect me. I want to trust and believe that they can. Backdoor scammers that I will never meet or hear about and will just take my money. This is what I'm concerned with. Take my money, take my identity, all of that. And I never even knew it happened until like I see my bank account change. Like, this is what I'm talking about.
As I've said, it's coming, Clara. That's whether you like it or not, it's coming. There's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah.
So what?
If you don't-
Globally, people are just going to get scammed left and right. This is not a good solution.
Actually, no. There is something you can do about it. If you're not comfortable with the situation, you can log out of Second Life and delete your account. Because that's the choice you've got.
You are saying this is going to be internet-wide pretty much. So it's
Correct.
like I can't even use a
Correct.
computer practically.
No,
Correct.
you have to
Okay,
leave. If you don't want to be on the internet, you have to live under
everyone's
a rock.
life. Yes. Everyone currently living and part of society today, in some way or another, spends 90% of their time on the internet. Whether it's on their phone, whether it's like.
But not everybody.
it's
not everybody, Clara. I've had clients on the phone. They have to get out of their way to get a phone. They do not have the internet. They do not have Facebook. They've never had it. So if you don't want your identity to be stolen or anything like that, you are not on the internet. You can't go like those people that's putting on Facebook, oh,
But
don't
how
share
do you
my
even
picture.
interact with society and the world?
Well,
I
you
mean,
don't.
you'd be
You
limited
don't.
to
You, yeah,
5
but
mile
you don't.
radius.
You choose. You make a choice of not being on the internet. Then you
Oh,
would
okay.
not have met Andy. You can't communicate. You have to use the
Yes,
landline
exactly.
phone. Yeah, well, but that's the way
I
life
cannot-
is today.
I am not alone in this. That I cannot just turn off the internet, and it's not a phone addiction thing. It's this is my link to the world. This is how I
No,
interact with the world.
I understand. I mean,
And
my
I'm not the
family is
only
in
one.
France, so I communicate through my Google
And,
Nest with
like,
my family.
You keep saying the government. The government isn't the issue. The government. It's not the government. It's these companies. Some of them, even the scrupulous ones, can be backdoored.
Okay, so
Okay, so the government is probably
Five-
the issue in that they
she's off again. I
that
should
people
have
accept
anything.
bribes and shit.
Yeah.
But in general, as an entity, when you say the government, like hashtag the government, it's not. It's not the one that's selling your information. It's not the one that's taking your information and
So-
using it unscrupulously.
Let's just take a chill pill a second and let's breathe. Okay, have a glass of water. Sit down. Let's think.
do a meditation.
Let's think a bit rationally about it. Okay, let's not talk about Second Life for a second. Let's
I'm not
just
talking
look at
about Second Life. I'm talking about the entire internet.
Clara. Please. So about
Yeah,
7 years.
all he hears is my tone, and he
I
doesn't
think-
hear my
Clara,
words.
I'm going to give you in a minute, please.
Yeah, see?
7 years ago, the border controls globally started to get together, and they started to link together passport and ID checking, together with nationality, together also with visas, working visas, people, basically how they were going to various countries and the reasons they were going for there. And they call it a concept called interoperability. Clara actually knows this because a week ago 2 weeks ago she to
Hello?
I'm still here. And basically that when she applied for that ETA, it was something that was processed. If I go to the USA, I have to take out an ESTA, which is effectively the same thing but works in reverse.
Yeah, but again, that's the government. I don't
Let
mind
me-
giving my information to the government. Essentially, they already
I haven't made
have
my
it.
point yet. Clara, I haven't made my point yet. Please let me finish. So when you go through that checking, the interoperability goes through a number of different databases. It goes through to check that you are who you say you are. So it's going to check your passport. It's going to check your national ID. It's going to check your location. It's going to check your line of business, etc. It's going to check all those things from a number of different databases and put it together into the one solution that then says, yes, that lady is entitled to come to the UK, and they give her your ETA. And when you
Yes,
went to
so why can there not be a
Clara,
document
Clara,
that everyone
please,
knows that they
please.
can give to the
Finish,
website, and the
Clara,
website
Clara,
just says,
please,
oh,
Clara.
your document checks out, and they don't see the rest.
as I was saying, when you came to the border control in the UK, they punched your passport number into their details, or perhaps even the computer scanned it straight off, automatically identified the passport number, cross-checked it back together with other databases, and the fact that you had the ETA, which we had already processed for you, I did it for you, and then let you through into the country. Job done. Okay, that's passport and border control. 5 years ago, they started doing the same concepts in finance. So to cover money laundering and scamming and people setting up fraudulent bank accounts and hiding illegal sums of money, etc., they started doing all that too. That would then link together with credit checking, together with your ID to make sure you're setting up false bank accounts in other people's names, etc. There were, I think it was 14, I was talking to someone about this the other day, about 14 different kinds of databases out there, all again, which were linked together. And they call it, well, they say, it's the process which they call interoperability. So they're doing that in finance. They've done it in border control, doing it in finance. The one they're doing here in the UK now is together with the criminal justice system. So your police computer, your home office, immigration, through to work permit, through to the custody suites, the prison service, the what's the word I'm using for? I'm going to in a minute. Bail bonds, if we have the bail bonds, that kind of environment. All those databases again are being configured now to be interoperable again. So basically, if I'm a cop and someone comes and I pull someone over at the roadside, they can show me one form of ID, and instantly I then have actually technically the ability, although I won't have it, the ability to go in. I can find out exactly who that person is, where they're from, whether they've got a credit check against them, if they've defaulted on
yeah, but part
a
of
loan
a
at some
cop's
point in the
duty
past.
is not to do shit like that.
Yeah,
And if they get caught doing shit like that, they get in trouble. It's different.
but that's
different for
what's-
a random scammer
Yeah.
in some country that no one's ever heard of.
Okay. Let's bring. So you understand and you accept that that environment is happening, and those applications are all being configured now to be interoperable, so that people can see that you can't hide in the system. Basically, the system basically is there. It's to protect you too.
Right, I
But
don't
the system-
care if the government asks for my information. They already kind of
Hang
have
on,
it.
hang
so
on.
I don't
But
care about that.
But you accept it, right? Okay. What we now have is a situation where that interoperability is being transferred into social media, because social media is linked to a whole number of different things: your shopping habits, things that you buy, people you
Yeah,
talk
but
to,
social
where you
media
hang-
and stores and things, they don't
yeah.
they don't
where you
need
hang out.
more than just the one little piece of
Hang
information
on,
they're
it's
trying to
all
give.
that. We're getting back to the situation we were before. Please let me finish. So you have all that information together. It's all talking to each other right now, and what this new verification, which is the reason we started at this top of the conversation, where Pris has mentioned it. Sorry, Pris, this whole thing has blown out of all proportion, I know, tonight.
That's all right.
But the reason we've got into this whole discussion is because that verification is coming in to clamp down and make sure the fundamental source of all this, that you are actually you. Now, if you then have those applications and they're talking to those various other applications in social media, in banking, in everything that I've just mentioned, they then can have the ability to mine, to basically, well, they are mining your information to check and make sure that you are you. And yes, you have very little say or control in what they do. So,
You have basically no
isn't it, let me finish, isn't it therefore prudent to be aware of the application you are currently using and the questions applications are asking you when you set up an account with them, to make sure that you don't have too much information present upon?
Did I not just say that it happened to me with Google? It could happen with anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Because
it also happens with the government, Clara, as well.
What, the government
what
sells
creates-
your information
No,
or
no,
someone...
not that they sell it, but hacking, they still can hack. There's still cases that it happens. I don't know.
Yeah,
Rock
it's
Richards-
it's such a big topic to talk about.
Yeah. Rock Richards asked the question, does the UK scan your face and thumbprint? The answer is yes, it does look at biometric details. You have that biometric details on a lot of the fundamental source of identification which you use, like your driver's license and your passport. When you take out a bank account, they ask for biometric details to be taken, and what they actually can do is they can link you back to your mobile phone account. Do you see where this is going? So if they then means that you can verify that you have a mobile phone account, they can access that biometric detail subject to you saying yes, and then basically they can use that as a form of verification on you. That's how it works. So
I
here
don't
we
know.
are now.
If they can like make this document and that document, why don't they make one more document that you can show to these websites if they want this law to be done? And this document has It's just one code. The document basically says yes or no, you are you.
I think they will come to that. We kind of have something a bit similar here in Australia. But I think in the end, what they need to do is like a central app that is linked to your identity, and then it just check, and you will log into that.
Yeah, and then the website, the website asking for your for basically your age before you can get in. They only get that instead of like your driver's license or your bank account and all that. They don't, and you're not trying to give them that. You're just trying to see the website.
But the point is, they need to verify you are you.
Did you not hear what I just said? I'm talking about what if there was a new document? What if there was a new document that you showed
Clara, will you
to
please
the
stop jumping down? Clara, will you please stop jumping down my throat before I've even finished speaking?
No. What if there was a new document that just basically you only get this document if the government verifies that you are in fact you and you have your other credentials. But this document, the information in this document is already there.
It's already there.
It's already there.
It exists. Yes, but it hasn't. It's not everywhere yet. But we have that in Australia. We have it. We have a document which people are upset. It is an app. You need to get verified. It is very hard to get verified. It is clunky, but yes, we have that, and I can see it. I can tell you right now, this is something that's going to come eventually everywhere. It's starting. It is the technology. It's just adapting. It's coming.
That's a more reasonable solution because like Instagram does not need to verify my bank account. I'm not trying to give Instagram my money, and that's just one example. Like there could be another side. I'm not trying to give them my driver's license and all that.
Yeah, but they're not doing that because they want you. They don't care about your deed. They just need what they want is just verify your identity.
You don't know that. You don't know what's going on behind the scenes.
Yeah, but
Oh, I got scared. Four times over a summer.
Clara, this couple of points that you've said there. You say you want a document, and you say you want them to basically verify. You don't want to give them all your information. You basically want a document. There's two things they need to have. One is they need to verify that you are you. And then
yes, and that all goes into the document. If they can verify the rest that they need, the 2 or 3 things that they need, then you get this document. And then this document is what you present to the website so that the websites don't have access to the rest of the information about you. They just have this yes or no stamp from the government.
Right. And that's what it is.
That's what Chris was saying. However, is in Australia.
Yes, and this is exactly the same in the UK. However, there are 3 things. As I say, there are 3 forms of verification which you can do to get that. You're calling it a letter. It's actually an electronic token.
Well, yeah. It could be a code or whatever. It's, same difference.
Please.
Well, you were arguing semantics.
No, please keep saying yeah, whatever, and let me finish. It's requiring these 3 forms of information to verify that you are you. When you've passed that check, and it's cross-check those to make sure that they all work and that they are consistent, you have that electronic token, which enables you to access the site you're trying to get access to start with. Now, the data protection regulation globally says they can't keep that token because it's got that verification details on you. So when you log out that website, they scrub the record.
No, the token is just a yes or no stamp. It does not have the other information behind it. However, you don't get the token unless the government has verified the other information.
Clara, you don't understand. Unless you verified you are you, you're not going to get that token in the first place.
Right, exactly. But then when the website sees that token, they don't see the other verifications that it went into getting that token. They just see that the government said, yes, you are you.
Yes, so you've got that information, but you're then on a social media site, which is requiring your
You are not giving the info to the social media site. You are giving them the government token that says you are you.
Fine, and then that government token basically then goes back to the site to say, yes, this person is okay, you can release this information, and away you go using the website. All well and good. Yes. Or Facebook, or Instagram, or Twitter. or Twitter even. I think it's
Yes,
on
and
Twitter
Chris
accounts.
says that it's
Or-
a thing
or
in
indeed,
Australia.
or indeed Second Life, as it will be coming soon when it hits California. I think it's going through the courts in California right now to basically free that up, if I remember rightly. I was reading about it. So you have that out there as well. It therefore follows that when that token basically, when you log out of that website, it loses the token, which means you've got to go through that whole process every time you access it, which basically means that
No,
when
the
you come...
token is supposed to just be like a quick code.
Clara, please don't argue with me. I'm telling you how it is, not how you want it to be, okay?
I
So-
am trying to tell you how I want it to be because I'm telling you my idea of like what is the better solution because I don't like the way it is.
Yeah,
But
but
you
we
haven't
can't do
even
it.
let
We
me
can't,
finish
we can't
Chris
change
says
it though,
that
Clara.
something
We can't
similar.
change it.
We can't change it. We're just talking. I'm allowed to have an idea.
So this is a situation as it's currently standing in a number of countries in the world. I think it's about 20 odd countries. No, it's more than that. There's the entire of Europe. There's Australia. There's India. I think is doing it as well. It's in some parts of the US, so it's starting to go through the regulation and courts in part of the US. But when it hits the California state law, then basically that's when it comes into Second Life. It's in Britain. It's even in Russia, I think, as well. It's in a whole number of places. If you've got VPN, you can't hide. A bunch of people they said when they released this, they said the uptake on VPN was something like 30% overnight because everyone thought, oh great, we can hide where we are and use VPN, and that'll get us through it. It
Yeah, but
doesn't.
VPN, you have to sign up and give your name, so VPN or hold.
Exactly.
Name.
And
So
then,
yeah,
and then,
VPN
and
is
then
just.
and then you've got to go through the whole verification as the fact that you are that fake person set up as well.
VPN
So
doesn't. Yeah.
You're gonna get caught whichever way you go with it, basically. So
Yeah.
that's and that's what's coming to Second Life, whether you like it or not. So let's just all be mindful, shall we, in terms of the applications. And I'm use print feed as an example. I'm not got anything against print feed, but just any application out there that's asking for your real world details or anything that takes you out of Second Life into another website for the purposes of completing a transaction. There's a number of rental tier things out there that ask you to do that too. How many times do you go into a Second Life thing and they say, click on this to complete the thing, and it takes you to an external website?
Yeah, but that
website thing-
yeah, but that's people that don't know that a third-party application does need to access your information.
There's landlords
But
out there that
could
are using
be,
this to
yeah, a loophole for
There's
scamming.
landlords out there that are using this to collect here and stuff like that right now, and there's all that stuff. So you've got that too. Guess what? They could probably even start applying it to the things like the Second Life marketplace too. And that's another that's a minefield, isn't it? Because that's going to need your bank details and your payment and your age verification and your payment verification because it's got various categories: general, moderate and adult in terms of the content on there. So again, you're going to have that whole thing applied there as well. The ramifications of this are enormous, and everyone sort of shrugs and says, oh, it won't be me, I'll carry on. I'm sorry, but it's coming and it's going to hit all of us whether we like it or not.
Andy, do you see Rockridge's question?
Predictions. Well, okay. So right now, it is going through state law. I understand that there is, as of 3 weeks ago, a court case going through where they are debating changing the state law to apply some of the enabling statutes to, apply some statutes to basically enable the whole thing to take place. If they say no, then when? You asked me when. I've just told you. They're going through the courts. They've just going through right now.
Remember the chat is somewhere around 60 seconds behind us.
Yeah. So that's the thing.
I think
No, I think yeah,
I should be
there's no
passing
actual
popcorn
date.
out.
There's no actual date, Rocky. It's
Yeah.
something that will
Google
come.
it.
Yeah, wait.
Google it. They can't do it right now because the law isn't there. They are in the process of changing the law to make it happen to fall in line with the rest of the planet. Okay, so it's coming.
The date, time,
Like which
Whether you-
day?
hour, second. Okay, let's make a prediction. Bet.
Yeah.
We're taking some bets.
Never if you fight them. The thing though is everyone says, fight the power and stuff, and like
Yeah, but it's the government. You can't fight
when
the
you're the only
government,
one, like how do you even like get an audience with any of them? How
Well,
do you get them to notice?
You can't. They don't care. You're
here's the
just
fun
really
thing.
little people.
Here's the fun thing. Here's the fun thing, right? So in Second Life, there's a whole culture of people from the USA that feel that it is their right to, and it's the same in the UK as well, and I'm sure it's in the same as in most other countries as well. It is their right to protest. It is their right to freedom of speech. It is their right to communicate and say yes or no to things that are coming to them. Guess what? They don't care. Whether you like it, whether you have freedom of speech or not, it's coming.
Yeah,
So-
I think 2026 is going to be a big change next year.
There's yeah.
so?
Yeah.
It'll be
Regarding
well,
this?
let's just say it'll be well down the road to happening by then, if it hasn't already been instigated. So yeah, I predict there is going to be a big explosion on human rights and rights to freedom of speech and rights to do what you want to do without someone looking over your shoulder. There's going to be a whole explosion of this. It's going to be amazing. We're going to. Well, you're going to be keeping these online, aren't you, Chris? It'd be quite entertaining to go back to this conversation in a year or two's time and just say, how close to the mark are we? Because I'm pretty damn sure that we're pretty close to it. It's coming, whether we like it or not. And yeah, you can look over your shoulder and say, okay, those guys in the UK, they've got problems. We're okay. We're fine. We're all right, Jack. But it's going everywhere because it's not just in the UK. It's in a number of other countries, and the countries which haven't instigated it yet are already got the wheels in motion.
I think Big
to
Brother is
instigate it.
already
coming.
there. Yeah, Big Brother is
Whether
already
you like it,
there.
whether
Yeah.
you like it or
Yeah.
not, it's there.
Here and
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, the government does arguably, regarding the Big Brother comment, the government does arguably have way too much of our info, but it's like already got it.
Yeah, but that's always
Yeah.
been. And yeah,
Yeah.
that will always be. But they also need to control the amount of scamming that people don't know about, which I have to deal
Well,
with
this is it.
all the time.
There's so
And
many.
Yeah,
There's so
I mean,
much.
in my position, because I have to deal with those scams without saying, what's happening. But there's so much happening that
Yeah.
we need to be protected, and there's not enough being done at the moment.
There are so many. The reason we have these interoperability projects going through globally is because there are so many databases and sources of data which rely on each other to do what they are designed to do. They aren't all connected. What they're now doing is connecting, so that once you've put this source of data in there, it automatically interrogates the other areas to get the information it requires to do the job that you want it to do. So that applies in finance for bank loans and things like that. It applies in tax law. It applies in border control and immigration. It applies in criminal justice. Right down to when the guy pulls you over for speeding and he looks at your driver's license and he already knows the fact that you haven't taken a bank loan out on that car and maybe defaulted on 3 payments, got a credit check over there. You might have been into the country illegally. You haven't actually got a job and you tell him you have. He knows all that about you because it's all there in front of him. And you have no control over it. So that's coming. They're joining these databases together already. And whether you demand your right to anonymity or your right to freedom of speech or your right to
Wait, are you still talking
not being
about the
saying things,
government?
it's all coming and it's all happening.
Wait,
So,
are you
yeah.
still talking
And
about
I
the
think
government,
as
or are you
well-
talking about an individual website will know this about you?
No, but also there's already so much data out of control that's already been stolen. That's already on the list.
So here's,
Yeah,
but here's the next. Now we've finally had the chance to get that out there, okay? Because that is out there. The next thing is, yes, okay, that's a hell of information, right? One guy can't go through all this information to do it. How the hell is he going to be able to build up this whole bio
Who's
and
the
the
guy?
whole?
Who are you saying has this info?
Who's the guy? Who's the person that's basically going to have all this information, be able to contact all these databases and build this picture of you and have all this information? Simple answer is they're going to automate the whole lot. It's all going under AI.
Okay, but somebody has to at least view it and have access to it.
No.
So no one's gonna have access to it. It's just gonna sit in a box in another dimension.
No, you'll have, but we call it the Internet of Things. So you'll have a whole load of information sitting out there. Internet of Things has been out there for about 10, 15 years already. Someone probably should be down and tell me it's like 18 years, but anyway, that information is out there. What they're simply saying is the information to go through to build that picture about you is too big a job to do on a country, for example. So what they'll do is employ a computer to do the whole thing, and it have AI inside of it. And you basically say to the AI, "Okay, tell me about Clara," and it'll say, "Do you mean Clara that lives
and
at?"
a random website will be able to do this?
Tell me about Clara, and it'll say, "Do you mean this Clara, blah blah blah, in this particular
this
state,
is supposed to be
Texas,
about
etc."
access to the
Hang on.
website.
So you say, "Tell me about this person, Clara, blah blah blah. Is it this person that's living in Texas?" And the person, the bot will go in and say, "Yes, it's in that," and they'll say, "Right." So the source database will then interrogate the AI, ask the question for the AI, and say, "So is she entitled to see this web page?" And the subject will come back and say, "Yes, she is, because we've done the verification, blah blah blah. It's on there. We've got that." But they can't do that unless they have your permission. So they'll ask you for that. They'll ask you for that, starting that process to be able to release that information to them. But all the databases are all interconnected, and that's how this country, that's how the world is starting to develop now, whether you like it or not.
Yeah, it's
So,
coming. Yeah.
Take that back into an extension of that into Second Life. Is that person old enough to be in Second Life? Does that person have a valid bank account in Second Life? Is that person of an age where they should be seeing adult content in Second Life? Is that person who they say they are and not pretending to be somebody else so that they can access that content? That's all going to be in there. And Second Life viewers are all open source databases. So it's very easy to go in and pull that information out if you've got the technical know-how to do it. And the technical know-how isn't particularly difficult. It just needs the same people that can basically go in and, build a prim feed account to interrogate your Second Life account to verify who you say you are. And let's face it, they need free source information, so the reason they're asking for your date of birth isn't to verify that you're over 18 to be able to put a picture of you shagging some girl on the site. They know you can do that already. On Second Life, you actually sign, when you start a Second Life account, you actually sign a disclaimer to say that you don't mind viewing this information to start with. They also do payment verification on there, which, in a rather underhand way, interrogates to make sure you're going to be over 18, because a person under 18 isn't going to be capable of having a credit card. So it's all interconnected. And yes, this verification will be coming to Second Life sooner or later. And when I say later, I don't mean 4 or 5 years' time, because it's already in some parts of the globe already, not been applied to Second Life yet. That will come. That's it.
Okay.
Phew. We're all speechless now.
Are we happy? Are we
Yeah.
Are we happy? Are we happy now?
I am finally out of things to say.
You have. Wow.
My God, that was tough. Anyway, if anybody's got any more ideas as to what we can do with this sim, Australian or otherwise,
Change the subject. Wow.
dear God.
Clippy, what is it about Clippy? You mean the clip art thing from the old Windows? Oh, the weather. The weather.
Yeah,
It's
the weather
82
is-
Fahrenheit.
great.
It's clear skies. 9 p.m. here. I got my fan going.
12
How's
p.m.
the
It's
weather?
time for wine. Yes, wine.
Yes. Chris is cold. Andy is hot.
No, it's not that cold. It's 22 degrees and it's sunny.
Fahrenheit? Fahrenheit, yeah.
The rain stopped a few days ago.
Well, it's 15 degrees here. I can't tell you whether it's sunny or not because it's night time.
Oh,
But if you give me
Well,
about two,
I
if you give
think
me,
that means
if you give me
it's
about
not
two,
sunny.
but if you give me two,
it's your
if you give me 2 hours, I'll be able to tell you because the sun might come up.
Well, you change your icon to Clippy. What do you mean? I call like it's 1 o'clock every day. I wanted to start at 9 a.m. because someone said to me this morning, said, oh, well, you know, it's 5 p.m. somewhere. I've waited.
Yeah,
I'm waiting.
always.
12. Yes, that was a good debate.
There we go.
I'll
Clippy.
have to
You know,
put
Next time I'll hand out popcorn.
a bookmark in the video. So the first part of the live stream we talk about Aussie shores, and if they want to listen to just the debate,
The video had a climax like the movies. It had a point of highest action.
I bet Chris has been sitting there going through this stuff and thinking, what the hell did I started when I said, Andy, tell me about age verification in the UK.
I can't
dear
wait for
God.
the next debate.
Yeah.
Andy, I love you. Let's have incredible makeup.
Oh,
Naked Toms.
They're going to make Zuby babies.
Yes.
oh, God.
Oh, you have a question,
Yes,
Cloudy?
Cloudy has a question.
Okay, go ahead.
We will be able to answer. Well, he will hear our answer in 1 minute. Wait, do I have that backwards? One or the other.
The cleaver.
Tell me about basically 3 days later. The climax was amazing. I will say one thing. Seeing it's 3 o'clock in the morning, so it's well past what we call the watershed in the UK, so everyone should be content.
You think verification will happen tomorrow? Clowny.
The expression on Clara's face with that first mouthful of sticky toffee pudding with custard was absolutely incredible. Literally, it was like when Harry met Sally and the woman on the next table ended up saying, "I'll have what she's having." This was Clara. It was amazing.
What can I say? It was really good. It was like Werther's original poured down from heaven. If anyone knows what candy that is, it was amazing. We don't have a lot of toffee stuff in America. Like, we have toffee, but like it's just not one of the more popular flavors.
No issues.
Next week.
Oh wow.
Yay!
Oh wow, Denise. You just wanna.
You cannot escape what you were
Oh,
born
no,
as.
let's not start this.
But
Let's not
physically-
start this week. This
you
is-
can make yourself more comfortable. And it is polite of society to acknowledge what you are presenting as. However, you cannot expect everyone to know immediately. They are strangers. They don't know you. Boom. Mic drop. We did it. We solved it.
How do we know you over 18, Rocky? How do we know that? Can I see your ID right now? Gender pay gap.
There's a pay gap in some fields within some, but not all companies.
A hot stove you can touch. The sim needs a hot
A
stove.
hot stove you could touch?
What?
Ooh, yes.
Wow. To do what? What do you mean?
To You watch your avatar freak out.
What?
Cause it would be a fun animation to watch, I think.
To what, a hot stove you can touch?
Or
No.
she might be referring to something that happened tonight. Be a metaphor. I don't know.
It's a term. Oh, okay. The metaphor.
Oh, see, there it is. I missed
okay.
that. Yeah.
Okay. We need to ask Bas from High Five.
Okay,
She's
Rocky.
the one who could do that. Okay, we're
about to
going
bounce
to
to it.
end anyway because we've been yapping for 2 hours and 41 minutes. I think everybody should have enough of us by
I think
now.
everyone is tired.
Yeah, I think that was that was a hot topic. So thank you very much for showing up tonight, and you can come and visit the sim anytime. I'll add the URL, the slurl, in the description. It's on my profile as well. Come on, what? Don't be lazy. What? Why? Lex, who's Thank you.
Rockish, I've got to say this. I haven't trained these girls very well. Yes, if you liked what you've seen tonight, or heard what tonight, or you're sick to death of what you've seen tonight, and you don't want to come across it again, then just hit that like and subscribe button because it'll flag it up in your viewer.
Like for good luck, subscribe for more. Give Chris lots of money if I entertain you.
Yeah, especially the money part, right? I swear I won't ask for your ID for that. Maybe not.
No, that's through Google.
I don't mind. I will
See,
do whatever.
like that, Chris.
What?
If someone pays you through YouTube, you never see their account information. They verified it through Google, and so Google is passing you along the
we're
money.
not talking about
Something
it anymore.
like that.
Yeah, we're going. We're done. We're done. Bye. Thank you for coming. Bye.
Bye, guys.
Send me a DM. We'll have a reborn